Father, for this gospel, the ability to share that here at this ministry and be able to continue one day at a time to march towards you till Shiloh, till the wedding, till thy kingdom come. So the wedding feast of the lambs. That's what I look forward. That's you, Father. So let's get started. All right, there we go. Get her stable. So thank you, Father, for the blessing of this ministry to be able to help support what I do out here and the work done here at the ministry. It is a online gospel that's shared with all flesh, because under this covenant it's all flesh, not everybody, just a little bit, just a fraction. So thank you for that. Thank you, Noah, for your word that tells us that you created all things. So no matter what's happening, it's either your will or our self-will. So thanks. So thankful that I have the ability to share that all the gospel here at High Desert Faith and Truth, and that there's others that can find their hard-earned money to come support this ministry. And so I wanted to do a thank you. I've been working today try to put the roofing on. It's too windy. I just can't do that. So I've been working on the front of the house and still need the drill for that. It's really important. Nice to have that drill so I can, like I split a couple of boards and need to have that drill so that I can drill through there and not split the boards. So just little things like that make a difference, right? And have the right tool for the job. And I wanted to thank this ministry for that. We work hard for our dollars get taxed 2%. They started a war, and now we have a state and a federal, a gross and a net, and it's sick how much you get taxed on the money you get taxed on the fuel home from your job that you get taxed at, and you have a phone to call home and get taxed on that, and house renters, car tax, insurance tax on it's just everything is taxed. So I want you to know, thank you for that. And I'll show you hard-earned tax dollars. Hard is just tax. I can't believe how much they tax people in this country, but that's the nation that's enslaved by debt. So we put her to work today. I make this thing. Last one I got 8 years out of. So see how many years try to take care of it. Way the cops with a flashlight there. So thank you so much. Appreciate it again. I have somebody coming to possibly take a look at the motorcycle tomorrow. It's going to drive a long way, so I eventually need to probably put some polish at that. It's set outside a little bit and undercover, so I don't like to sell anything unless it's clean, and I just have a habit of doing that. So trying to make things nicer than they are than when I bought them or purchased them. That's how I make my living. I'm a horse trader. So anyways, thank you. Grace and Truth is part of this as well. I know there's people come over from there, and there's people from the TikTok channel at Predestined4light. There's many people come here. So many people are called and few are chosen. So like I said, I couldn't get that other roofing on there, and I was able to get the roofing and the drill, and really about $250 worth of stuff for $70. So man, I made the last one work for 8 years. So that's $10 a year for a drill, less on this one. And I got all the other. So what a blessing. Thank you so much. And I'm working my butt off today, trying to take the opportunities that have been given and use them wisely. And so this wind will slow down just a little bit. I'll take you outside and show you what I've done today. And one day at a time, with me, I'm trying to, but I'm having a good day. I wanted to thank you so much for this drill. That's why I have the batteries that I've been able to cut some big boards, and I need a chainsaw to do that too. So this battery is all universal from the 3 tools that I have: the chainsaw, the drill, and the worm drive, or the skill saw, like a hand I call it Werner drive. I'm old school. I just call it what I know it is. But appreciate it. DeWalt makes a really good product, and to get 7 years, 8 years out of that last one, man, that's good. That's getting your money's worth. It's hard to make any money today and have something last that long. So I don't just buy name brand stuff because it's name brand. I actually repurpose everything. If you know me at all, here through this ministry, that's how I make my way. I like to make old things new. Again, repurpose, rejuvenate, revitalize, repurpose. We can go on and on, but no, I this one came with 2 batteries. They're smaller batteries. I showed it yesterday. I paid $70, and there was a pair of titanium drill set for $79 for I think it's a 29-piece titanium. Here's one of the bits in there right now, titanium bit. So I'm hard. I don't overwork my stuff. Like I said, my last one I showed you, it's no different. It looks exactly like this, but without the stickers. I don't beat my stuff up. Even if I kind of put a little oil on mine, I probably fool you. Would even think you think you were looking at a new one. So when I find a good product, I like to share that with people. And wanted to come in and thank, it's getting a little windy out there, and I've been working, all day, and I'm going to have to go back out there and get done. I want to try to get as much done as I possibly can. There's a lot in the air right now, and I want to be as prepared as I can, and I need to get over to the other cabin and get that finished too. So got like 3 roofs, and now I'm doing the front of the house, and more things on the list that I could ever do, but that's okay. I talked with Kevin today and told him we got to buckle down, man. We got to make this, we got to get this wells drilled, and we've got to make sure we're getting this shelter done. There is, a potential for that hailstones. I said, do you think, I don't mean to go there, but, do you think Revelation 16 and 21 will come to pass in our lifetimes? He's like, yep. I'm like, well, then what are we doing? Okay, let's get this done, Let's get as much water storage as we can, and if we got to shut the gates, we got to shut the gates. Not let me leave until December 2nd, so we're gonna have to stay here. He'll have his passport by then, and if we can go, I'm gonna go. But if not, I'm staying here until then. I'm gonna work as moderately and smooth, and slow and smooth. Steady wins the race. So don't try to come out the gate too strong. Peter out there. You'll be a 2-pump chump, and you won't have no stamina. And so you got to work. Amiga, no, it's amigo. Don't be going there. Hola, ¿cómo está? Español, no bueno, no más poquito. I used to a lot better, so I'll get better if I go down to Ecuador and Mexico. So, bueno. So, I need to get out of this country, and Mexico will be fine. Mexico will be fine, but I'm going to stay here for a while. And remember, the ministry is here for you to use if you're part of the ministry. And this is what all this is, all these buildings, this shelter. And if it doesn't get used, it doesn't matter. There's still an online, what we do here at the fellowship here in Iron Sharpens Iron. And I wanted you to thank you again that I work hard. I like to work and stay busy and stay active. I'm in my 50s, and I want to stay in shape and not have health problems. Don't give, the rest of my days laying on my back hurting, and I'm already got issues from just breaks, but I'm still strong. And I know people die in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I'm already better off and healthier than most, like my puppy. Oh, he's so healthy. He's such a good boy. Back there, playing with the dad, just hanging out with the dad, and then the other one with the dad. Yes, good boys. Put that back in there. So I hope you're. I'd go to Korea. I'd better be in Korea, not North, but anywhere but America for now. I just need a vacation. There's good people all over this rock. Father's Bride, it's everywhere. It's all 180 countries. It's all flesh. So it's the gospel that is, can't be changed. And so although that it did cover all flesh, it didn't cover everybody. Only covered just a little bit. Holy gas. So thank you that, it just seems like after you work all day and all your money gets harder, and I don't know why people do that, but you shouldn't do that. You should work for taxes. Why would you work like that? But I know people are getting stuck in that It's hard to get out of the system. No, it's not. Get a water filter. Come out here to High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries and get off. You don't have much more time for it. They put, 25 states now, probably 50 states. What are they calling all those generals back for to, what is it, Virginia, I think? That's a pretty big move strategically, That'd be a good way to take out all those generals and like putting all your eggs in one basket. I'm not sure that's a wise move, and strategically how they're going to pull that off. Something like 800 generals meeting in this Tuesday on Taco Tuesday. Maybe they're just meeting for tacos. Nothing to see here. I only eat tacos on days and why, but Taco Tuesdays, everybody seems to be their favorite day. But never mind. Look over here, don't look over here. But anyways, get ready for whatever it is you think. There'll be a still voice inside your head to tell you to prepare. So I like to live my life, and I'm a man of many hats, and so I can have more preparedness than most people on this rock, and that doesn't make me better. It just makes me more prepared, not great again, or well, that's Antichrist. So we don't do that in here. None of that peace Jesus nonsense. You got to be wise and have your loins girded in His service, and let's get up off your fourth point of contact and move out, draw fire, soldier. Well, anyways, you got to walk and follow His commandments. So bring the fire. He's the fire. Be the fire, and I's the fire. So, yeah, some of us are going to make it through these. I'm not sure if you've seen the Deagle maps that there's 216 missing million Americans after the end of this year. So thanks for coming in. Good to see you again, Barbara. And I don't know if they're going to come to pass. They're strategically making a lot of military big moves here right now. Let's not be political. Trump flipped the script on saying he wasn't going to, that the Ukraine war was, not over or whatever, but, was going to give it the support. Now he's like, oh yeah, Ukraine can not only win it, but they can take more. It's just a big dog and pony show. They're orchestrating it. It's the fall of this corporation and turning it into a digital corporation, blockchain, tokenized, credit scored, digital communism. So heard it here first, like Trumpstein Island. Okay, it's not Epstein Island, it's Trumpstein Island, because he's the one. It's his island. They're both island boys. They bring boys and girls to the island. Oh, we all know, and Joe. Oh, so let's not do that. And Oprah and all of them, The Rock, they're all there. All the famous people go to the island. So, I'm talking. I'm trying to talk too much military in here. So, up out. Hey, all I want to see is elbows and assholes, soldier. Why are you still standing here? Carry on as you were, but let's not do that. Let's turn me back to the old me. I don't want that meek, not weak. There's a difference. He said, turn your cheek 7 times 70. I'll do the math for you. That's 490 times. So sometimes 490 times a day, I want to smack the hell out of people. But no, not literally not a physical. I want to stomp a pothole in their chest with the word. Just the heart is continuously filled with wickedness. And that's where the chest cavity's at. So you know how it is, center mass. Some soldiers can't help it. Not a 2-pump chump. Just shoot twice because it's just the way you're taught. So, but anyways, gotta have stamina. It's a long race. And like a soldier, you can't peter out early. There, Peter, stiff Peter, salt Peter, whatever you got going there. It's a marathon. You want to finish the race, you got to pace yourself. You want that hand raised in victory. You're the one who's got to finish the strongest. That's right. Pain's just trying to weakness, trying to leave your body. What does it kill you? Only makes you stronger. Carry on. Like I said, left. You need your military left, soldier. What's wrong with you? But all right, let's not do that. I'm a soldier god. My tourist service. I don't want nothing to do with the beast system that I serve. We're supposed to be standing against the beast. That's why I'm off the system. Not paying the beast. Not living the beast. Got my love right there. That's my love. That's what I here to do. Is this right here. This right here. It's right here. So hope girded in His service, and He said, "Come out of my people." So let vengeance be mine. We're not supposed to have any. We can have a National Guard, but we can't have no Coast Guard. That's outside our borders. So these 1,000+ military bases in all 180 countries is an abomination. This is an abomination. Corporation that's filthy for 50+ years use veterans and make them feel good like they can be heroes and make them do things that they don't want to talk about. And then they blow their heads off because they figured out what they really did. So, no, I'm not relaxing. Day off, me? I got three jobs. I don't get tired. Remember, I do 24-hour shifts. Well, sleep for a few hours, but remember, sleep's overrated. You get plenty of sleep when you die, soldier. Carry on. Oh man, lead follower, get the out of my way. Try not to curse in here. That's something, yeah. But okay, anyways, never a day off. Not until 2026, right? Their lunar calendar. Well, I might put my head above, or I got, nobody to help. Got my 6 take fire for me, so got to do this on my own for now. No, I got Kevin here, but he's doing his thing. But you should be working for Father. You should be marching left and right and left, right, left. Oh, I was going to start doing some. I was going to do some Marine jarhead. No, right. Let's not do that. They've got the whole different. Yeah, it is what it is. We need to look at any of these military that are not talking about why they repealed posse comitatus that put 700 jarheads. I was going to join the military and the Marines, but I couldn't put my head in the jar. So, anyways, they're separate by, and they know they report to the MPs. Everybody reports to the MPs. 95 Bravo. So, the war machine, first one into battle, last one to leave. Military intelligence, Cab Scouts, all of it. Special ops, it's all reports to the MPs. More field missions in war than the MP than any other military skill identifier. MOS, and all the Army. I'm an Army pig. So, anyways, again, he said, come out of my people. You're paying for these soldiers, the finest 18 to 30 to go into Lebanon Hotel. Nice. It's just all war. It's all war doesn't decide who's right. War decides who's left. It's a banksters war, and they just shred up the finest of the youngest 18 to 30 of the nations, all of them, so their banksters can get rich and not fight. Remember, I'm not talking going out fighting. It shouldn't have done what I did. It is what it is. But George Washington went on the front lines. Now these banksters are fighting the wars from their ivory towers. It's the corporations that are funding war. So Time Magazine's Man of the Year, Adolf, 2 years in a row. So careful, this left president just turned right, huh? Kind of like Charlie Kirk. Oh, wait, he was leaning a little bit too far right. He ended up leaning to the left. I don't do the donkey of the elephant, right? He little knew too much. Then he had acting like an ass. We'll talk about it. Nobody cares outside America about Charlie Kirk, by the way, so don't talk about it in here. There's some things that are banned in here. It's an adult conversation. We don't care about people who support PDF files. So remember, Trump is a PDF file, so is Musk, so they're all in on it. Remember, who do you think paid for the baby oil in Hollywood at the Diddy party? Mr. Warp Speed, like KY Jelly or Astro Glide. So, Cosmo, it's an orderly arrangement of words. Don't be offended. So, you're just an idiot. But, anyways, please get GP for your bunghole and get your American apocalypse kit. Honey, you've got TP and top ramen. We're going to survive the apocalypse. It's okay. At least you got something. Most people ain't even thinking about it. You go there right now, get both of those. I reckon this man staying away from the top ramen and maybe get some beans and rice, maybe get some for the neighbors, It's not going to be easy when they lock this whole country down, brothers and sisters. You're not far away from that. I'm not picking a date, but they've got military on 25 Street. I'm a veteran. I know what this means. This is war, and there's no more defense. Remember, National Guard, we go outside our borders. Now Trump calls it the Department of War. So, and he just called back all the generals, okay? Like, brigadier, major, lieutenant, general. You have to know there's 5-star, but never, I'm not going to go into that. JS would know that. And 2 cheeks to the same hole, 2 wings to the same dragon. I'll sport none of it. I did. Fought these banksters, you know, defended not right of the people, but their rights to get rich. There's more Congress millionaires than there is in the public, you know, populist millionaires. This is disgusting. They take our tax dollars and now they're literally these, you know who it is who's kidnapping these people off the streets of America? It's these J6ers, people who support red or blue, I don't care. Or it's a honeypot that fell for that meet me at the crap hole or the crap hole and, you know, got everybody honeypotted and then say one thing and then depart his gem or, well, depart. How about, he gave him his Gemini, what was it, Little Wayne? He pardoned him, pardoned me about my French or whatever. Nonsense. It's like American, makes no sense. But anyways, moving on. I'm not going to sit here and fall for this. I have an abundance and bounty, and I'm not be less because I'm not be low, and you don't understand me. You should overstand, but you're not above. But anyways, greatest of all time. That's MAGA, High Priest of the Satan Church. Peace and safety. Sudden destruction will come. So he runs as a peace president, and now he was selected. He didn't run. He was campaign funded by the Fortune 500 companies. So remember, these are banksters' wars. Give a man a gun and rob a bank. Give a man a bank and rob the world. Push Donald Trump off a 500-story bank and he'll land in a suit. So remember, all we do is win, win, win. So wasn't that the trophy generation? Give them a trophy. They get a little entitled, don't they? So hold these maggots accountable. All of them, the lefty and the righty. Everybody knows that Joe is a PDF file. So is Biden. Oh, wait. He knew I was a snake before you let me in, and then he let Joe Biden. So two cheeks to the same hole, two wings to the same dragon. All they want is war, and that makes them profitable, and it makes people poor so they can throw you in concentration camps because you're poor. This is war. They did this during World War II. You just forgot what they did. Now here we are back to the future, repeating the World War II ritual of now 9/23. Not you're going to get raptured on 9/23. There's no such thing as rapture. No such thing as planet. No such thing as space. Oh, Mr. Warp Speed, he's got a space balls or a space farce or oh yeah. Luke, I am your father. Remember, use the force, Luke. You know, trading lightsabers in their ice holes. You know, yeah, whatever. Raising the Jurassic Jed spine in the swamp. I hate to break it to you, you are the swamp. There's a hominoid species on this rock trying to kill us all. It's called the government. And you support it. If you vote for it, you're disgusting and you're a pig. P-I-G, pig. He said swine. Don't sup with swine or cast your pearls, this treasure. So we'll throw you out of here if you're swine. That's what he said to do. I'm a soldier of God before all things. I rebuke my tour service. Doesn't matter. ETS date doesn't, Echo Tango Sierra doesn't, DD-214 doesn't have anything to do with. It says, do not quit your very first general order you take as military veterans. Do not quit your post until properly relieved. I told you I ain't seen anybody have my 6. Anybody have my back. When you're sitting in a foxhole, again, you don't care about how much melanin is someone man's skin or how the shape of her eyes. You know, put a woman in a foxhole because all I'll be thinking about is her foxhole. So let's not go there. Yeah, they're going to repeal. Nope, they already did. Pos Comitas, bring all these military, 1,000 military plus bases with 180 countries back, bring them here and draft these women in America. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. Gee, I wonder how 216 million Americans, both men and women, disappear in the next 3 months. Oh, well, it's not going to happen in America. Well, what are you doing about it? What have I been telling you to do? I've been told you to get away from these people who want to fight, poke at your red team, blue team, fight, like a revolver on a wheel, shoot at each other, bang, 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 like a hamster going nowhere fast, aren't you? Just they're watching, they're like, dude, this is super efficient. Yes, I don't want him to say anything because it doesn't, I want to have people call back for their service, but you know, it's a whole lot easier when you show up as America and everybody loves you, like, oh, this is America. You know, if there's a whole bunch of people running around, you got to use a lot more ammunition. If you just tell them America's here and everything's safe, go inside. You can say, Roger, send me grid coordinates and just blow them all up in the building. It's much more efficient, saves more ammunition. You got to be efficient in war. It's about who, you know, war doesn't decide who's right. It decides who's left and how much ammunition they have left to the end. You never had war, have you? Never had a bullet fly over your head? Never had anybody trying to pop your grape, split your wig? Anybody have your 6, you know? So, anyways, here we are. This is war, art of war. You ever read that? Death by a million paper cuts are already here. They're in our governments. They've taken over because you haven't stood up, and you didn't need to do it with the. Yeah, I remember peacefully assemble, redress grievances, first ballots. They don't do it, then bullets. Notice how our writers of the Constitution knew exactly how to do that. That's why you never give up your Second Amendment right. Remember, the American commander came over to. He said, "Oh, we can't go to the mainland." He said, "We got to go to the island, not EpiPen Island or Trumpstein Island, but we can't go over to the mainland because there's an American behind every blade of grass with a gun." And look how many guns since then, since World War II. I mean, every time there's a fake school Sandy hoax, then they sell more of these NHRA, and all these people are in cahoots. They just sell more and more and more. Then pretty soon they'll just take them all back from you. It's like a rinse and repeat cycle. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So they do it in Canada already. They took Canadians' weapons and gave them to Ukrainians, not even war weapons. That's disgusting. Anybody who knows ever, give somebody some of the calibers, not even automatic, or it's just, oh my goodness, here we are. I mean, they did have single and old like putting revolutionary type war stuff in people in a hot war where there's drones and oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Okay, any wars. Let's not fight anybody, bro. Just let's fight by sticking it to the government. And oh, hey, we got to figure out how many chicken eggs we got. So let's get up for a minute and let's go outside while it's not windy as much and take a look at what we've been doing out here at the desert and trying to get ready and prepared for what is coming. And it's here, so you don't have to wait for anything. Yeah, no, they are. They are. They already. I know. Go follow Canadian prepper Nate up there. He's on that like white on rice. So. Um, so let's hey, we got Nimrod in here. He's he's smoking pole. I think he's jerking his own chain over here, so you might want to throw him to the other Pornea hub section. Autonomous, he can roll on out of here. They see me rolling. So let's get up. We'll go look at what I was doing today. And I was working at the front of the cabin. Went to go do the roofing on the garden. We could check out the ladies and maybe check out the cabins and stuff. Take a little walk around if you want the property. And it's going to be windy out there, so you have to excuse me. It's starting to slow down a little bit. I went there all the first part of the day. I was on here streaming or whatever, a little bit. The wind wasn't blowing. I kept looking out there. I have some scatter netting on the whatever part of this property that it scatters breaks up the after it breaks the lines, not 90 hard lines, but so the wind wasn't blowing out here. And then as soon as I got up there on the ladder, I started pulled everything down off the ladder. I was going to start putting up more roofing, cut it, get it, and then the wind started blowing. So, and he was doing some other things. And then I went and started on the front of the property. Kevin came over here. He's getting the trailer pulled over because he's getting his tanks again full of water. We're getting ready. This is happening. People acting like this ain't happening. This is too late. You're already late. The boat's already gone. You left. The record is already. Oh, Ver. No, so and Skip there. That's you. You just didn't even catch it. You're just you're not on the boat like Noah. You're gonna get left behind, and you're gonna have nails on the end of that boat going, "Let me in." Bam, like the wedding feast of the lambs. You're gonna get the door slammed on you. So go over and check out the shelter. Not even have a shelter plan or hail plan. I know that. Put one in the chat if you have a hail plan for 30-pound hailstones, 40-pound hailstones, 50-pound hailstones, 60-pound. Nobody's got a plan for 60-pound hailstones, 80, 120-pound, 129-pound hailstones. Not just little, hail snow, but like weight of a talent, No, nobody's got a hail plan, huh? All right, cool. Well, blunt force trauma to the head will be your will be your demise. You got to find something to overhang or put about 6 feet of dirt on you. That sounds like to me. Get 6 feet under. You better do that because this solar minimum is coming, and you better look at the cycles that I've shown you that for hundreds of thousands of years we're cold, and we only have brief moments of being warm on this rock. So enjoy your suntan and the sun on your body. It's white now too, so be careful about being in the sun too much, and do the things you need to do, because when they put military in 25 streets of America states, then it's time to prepare. It's you stop fooling yourself and say it's not happening. So the destruction of America is planned, devised, is controlled, and is controlled demolition. So please just be prepared. Do it smoothly. Like I said, don't go and make a big scene at the store, buy everything out. The old prepper, you're going to get on list, NSA, whatever. Remember how that was during the COVID, man? You couldn't, or they shut off aisles of stuff. So it's a hoax. The triple gender comet with its ass pointed towards the sun like doggy style with the tail pointed away. That's not the way the sun works. So it's a hoax. So they can bring in their fake alien invasion coming before the end of this, possibly the end of this lunar calendar year, 3 months from now, which makes all the Deagle maps come to fruition, where 216 million Americans are not here next year. No birthday next year. See you, Maria. You remind me of West Coast story, yeah, whatever. Grew up on the left coast. Lots of death, mega and MAGA death now. Mr. War president. So what are you going to do about it? Get away from it. Don't fight people for toilet paper. Get store now before they shut the store down. You go shopping when they shut the door and say it's closed to you. Yep, that's what you're basically waiting to do. Oh, I'm going to wait till the store is closed before I go get it. Yeah, that's kind of people are trying to tell you. Now the government's just full bore whacking everybody. It used to be, fake Jews in World War II. Now it's all fake Jews. Pretty soon it's going to be all fake Christians. And it's going to be by robots. And the government's convince people with Operation Blue Book, not Blue Beam, although they use directed energy, that computers are alive and the clock should not turn itself off, and all this reliance on AI there's no such thing as AI. You're an antichrist idiot. Okay. It's called tech, and it's not alive. And they've convinced everybody so they can put them in these robots and whack a bunch of people. People believe it like God's in the sky. Just they thought a virus was alive. A virus isn't alive. So no, they're going to know these robots. They're going to think their life is going to be that easy. They're going to get their 1700s populace down to 600 million, 500 million on the George Guidestones, but they knocked those down. Gee, I wonder why. So, red Kachina, blue Kachina. Well, it was already the Department of War. Spicy noodles, hope you're top ramen, but not greater than. So, boy, in noodles, you have to eat a lot of soup in prison. But anyways, I'm not sure what kind of spicy noodles you are. But he was the Department of War before it was Department of Defense, but he's just showing his hand. You know what I'm saying? He's just showing his hand. That's all he's doing. So if you don't see this as war, then you don't know what war is. Like stop trying to convince people that something's happening, because it already is, or it's going to. That's the hilarious thing. All wars start with embargoes. They call that a tariff, and those are made by Congress, not by president. So, or executive orders. So, that's all it is. Thank you, Wilmer. That's all it is. It's in advance. It's 5D. It's basic. Come on, algebra, plotting the graph on the line. It's variable quantum computing, and it's an algorithm. It's just going to compute the metadata. So they're going to convince everybody, man, you're going to get a wrench for that. If you don't want the wrench or whatever, you're going to get a wrench for being freaking the only person, I think, because I need any idea. We're going to put that message up and add Momer's off. There we go. Thank you. Guys, come on, man. You look into any kind of tech, man. This is just stupid, man. It's going to be so easy for these things to whack a bunch of people, and everybody's going to have their. Why does Boston Dynamic have warehouses of these things? Remember 2-3 years ago, they had these things dancing on strings like they were puppets. Now they're doing the Macarena and they're climbing up walls like Spider-Man. And you're way behind. This tech is called gravitic or perpetual polarity magnetic. They have ether technology. They have so much. You can lift buildings off the ground if you can cancel what you call the gravity, and that's not what gravity is. But anyways, this is something that you're not going to. This has been in motion for thousands of years. You know what Tartaria is? You know what these tick with tech, all these buildings that were using the whole currents underneath us. They've released, oh, there's all this stuff under the pyramids and springs. Dude, they're throwing it in your face. This technology is being restrained. They had a car that go over 1,000 miles on a single charge in the 1800s. That's like wrapping a copper around a magnet and spinning it. Come on, that's old technology. Uh, you can definitely do roofing. Yeah, I have to do roofing. I have to do multiple roofing. So, anyways, let's raise the roof in here. Come on, guys. Let's remember the firmament fell. So we're not on a spinning planet. There's no such thing as a planet. Wake up. So they're going to convince all these people that all this stuff came from the sky when the warehouses of them at Boston Dynamics, DARPA, who's got more of these? Elon Musk got warehouses of them. So they've been hauling them up with Elon Musk, and they're going to drop them down with payloads and satellites that explode in the atmosphere, and you think it's going to be Armageddon, and you're all going to freak out. They drop a couple of hydrogen bombs, and it's over, guys. You're all working for the government at that point. You'll remember when you had these nice days and it wasn't loud. If you ain't never been to war is very loud, okay? Just so you know. Nothing's happening to you. You have to use hand and arm signals. Come on, man. You better get some hearing protection. And that's just because that's the way war is. War doesn't decide who's right, it decides who's left. Will you be left? We would be one of the 216 million, missing Americans, or you would be one, not the 99 million that are left. Just in 3 months from now. Oh, that's not going to happen. Then why are they putting military on, 25 states now? Wait till every state pulls a full lockdown with Fallujah style, Iraq, Kuwait, Iran, now soon again. Come on, wake up. This is what war is. You're just not going to be left, because you're just casualty when these civilians that's going down is casualty of war. Remember, war doesn't decide who's right, it decides who's left. Which side are you on? So it ain't, it ain't about being causing you to cite fear and violence. I'm not. You just don't understand what war is. War isn't always a bomb falling in your backyard. There's war weather weapons. They've had treaties, so they can't use weather as warfare. There's so many different forms of weapon. There's silent weapons. It's called your food. You eat poison. You just remember. Go inside. America's here. Roger said me, great corns. Yeah, go inside your stores and buy poison food. And they laugh. These people don't even try to grow their own food. They don't even try to grow their own cannabis. We'll just give them some space rocks and whatever, though, some genetically modified designer glycol that's marked with the dragon, so you know who you are when you hit that pen. I don't know if you'll glow or what you'll do, but they definitely marked you. So I hope you didn't take a vape or dab off anybody's dab pen, or even any of that designer Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity, whatever they got going there. That's not natural. So, it's food grade. Yeah, right. The dragon's already taken over. The dragon's already here to consume the tribe. It's not Project Blue Beam. It's Project Blue Book. Zach, no beam. You're 100% wrong. It's Operation Blue Beam, and that's not a thing. That's something in the 90s. This goes back into 1800s. So 1852, 1855. All this is before Adolf. You just don't want to talk about. That's okay. People always speak up and speak out of line, and you make one incorrection, and bam, wars. This ain't hand grenades and halos. So, you almost got it right, you're dead. So, you got to get it 100% right. Can't change a jot. So, no such thing as Project Blue Beam. So, it's Project Blue Book. So, I hope you have the right book. I got the 4 of them right there. That's not the ones it's talking about, but yeah. So, anyways, let's stop for a minute and give thanks again to everybody who support this ministry. I'm going to get up here in a minute. We'll go outside. The wind's picking up, but we'll go out there for a minute. Go check out the ladies. Want to take a guess on if they're slowing down? I know for sure I had one lady that she got out, and when I was gone, I think one of the dogs or cats they're always around them. I think she just must have got a little excited, and I don't know. I don't know. It's not normal for them to do that. I've been around them for years, multiple sets. So I think it was a freak fluke kind of thing. And so, but she's still alive, and she got some feathers ruffled, but she's doing good today. And I got her. She screamed when I got home, Dad, Dad. It was so awesome. Wish I could record that. She got up so hard. Like, what the hell? Where's that was my bird? Where's that was not like some kind of hawk or anything. I knew it was one of my birds. So, anyways, it was a little bit of a day yesterday, or I think it was, yeah, the day yesterday. Anyways, I'll go out there and see how many eggs. See if you guys had a guess on how many eggs are out there. We got 8 birds. There's 80 in here, so we almost got 8 eggs. You know, I had lost another bird, so we were getting between 8 and 9, and then we did have some other birds. We lost the first part when we first got them here, and but anyways, these girls have been doing a great job. The first time yesterday, that little white one, knucklehead, she likes to jump over and try to play rooster and do whatever she does, but she has only laid not an egg 3 days out of the whole time this summer. So she's done a great job, and they've done a super job. I still have lots of eggs, and so I'm not sure how many eggs there'll be, but we'll go out there in a minute and check and see. And I wanted to come in here and do a kind of a thanks, and I do need to get back to work. Can't stay in here. I have somebody coming tomorrow to take a look at the motorcycle, and I still have to get into the other cabin and not, but I can spend a little bit of time, and there's still sunlight here, so I'll stay busy. And but I thought I would come in here and thank you guys again for the help. Grabbing some extra. I know some people. We got some people tying $2-3, but hey, it added up, and I was able to get that drill with your ties and stuff, and it ended up being a bonus because I ended up getting about. I paid $70, got about $250 worth of tools from the buying it used instead of going and buying just a brand new drill. And that last one lasted for 8 years. So that's good money spent right there. I tell you what. So no guess on the eggs. If not, you guys don't want, I'll thank you. And I go back to work. I really need to work. I do need to get a lot done out here. So I only have so much time. I don't have firewood, and I need to get in this other cabin so I can cut my firewood down from 7-8 cords down to probably 2, maybe 3 in that building because it's super insulated. And yeah, I got a door to build, so 7. Oh wow, we've got 7, but that'll be awesome. I don't know. We have in just 2-3 days ago we had 7. So we've been getting pretty consistently 7 and 8, and then 6. And so okay, thank you, Anthony. So like I said, if you guys are busy and stuff, I don't want to keep you. I just want to come in here and thank you guys. Give you thanks, because I'm using this tool, man. It slows me down when I don't have tools that I need, and I appreciate it. I'll get it done the hard way if I have to, but having the right tool for the job, just a $70 tool makes all the world of difference to me. I mean, I know they're about 130 new, but I end up getting $80 worth of just titanium drill bits alone. So I got more in drill bits than I paid, and then the drill, extra batteries, another charger. It didn't come with the bigger batteries, but I've got the bigger battery on it. So I'm putting the front of the house on. I want to get the skirting up front. Some of that was coming apart there, and it's been, I've been doing the maintenance on this building. I actually need to tear this whole building completely apart. I mean, I won't need to tear apart what I'm doing now, but just certain things. Like I said, it's maintenance when you live on a farm. There's just certain things out here in the desert. Things come apart. They need a little fastened down or something at times. Boards come loose and things like that. But over time, the desert kind of buzzes out here and hums and shakes all on its own here. So it does it. Sometimes the arrowheads are up on top. Sometimes they go down, and you can go on a property and walk it, and there'll be none. And go back later, and there'll be some in the same property, and they weren't there before. So it's because this valley hub, it's on a whole current line, so it's a very important place, and they're trying to protect what's here. But I know it's here, but it's okay. I got my spot, huh? We got our spot, and we got our puppies. So we'll see how many. We'll get up here in a minute, and we'll go at least check the eggs, and I'll bring them inside or something and see if you guys, if you want to go back to, I'll show you. I'll just come back in here. That's probably what I'll do. I don't think I want to try to take over the cab and go to the back for now. You better get a plan to get about 6 feet of dirt over your head, brothers and sisters. You're not in a place that's always warm and 70 and sunny. This place is always frozen. Start telling yourself everybody's evil. This place is always frozen. There's going to be 129-pound hailstones that come from the sky probably in your lifetime. So do you have a hail plan? Do you have a plan to, still live your life and, not freak out and try to, divide your time wisely and not just, waste it if you have time and use it wisely. So I put my treasure in heaven. That's why I come and do what I do here for the ministry, because I don't need anything in this world. It's nothing here for me. All over owning things, and that's fine. I know people need things, and that's what we all have kind of a thing for dirt, whatever shaped dirt that you have a fetish for. So it could be even your dirt shaped wife. I don't know what it is, but they all come from the dirt. So he doesn't want us to love the dirt. He wants us to love him. So I love the word. And so there's really not much here there's the others, and that's the only place I can find them is here, because I live out in the middle of kind of no. Well, I do. I live close enough where I can keep one foot in the system, but then I can also, take the foot out. I don't like the new system that comes. I'll just go in my own system. And now you're going in the new system because you're not your own system. So you need to become cutting the supply chain off, and hopefully people can add value here. And that's how I want to show my thanks to you for showing thanks to me, and show you what I've done with your hard-earned dollars, taxed dollars, and taxed and taxed and taxed and taxed. And I don't keep lists of who tithed and who gave what, because it's all part of just the ministry. It goes to the ministry, and I don't really use the ministry money and for personal stuff. I don't really have any personal life. I don't have a life. I don't have a wife. I don't have friends. I don't think I even have a son or a daughter anymore. So Father has stripped me of everything but this ministry. So I do what I can with what I have and work with that. And that's what kind of makes me who I am. I'm a repurpose guy. So that's what I am. I repurpose, recycle, revelation. So pull off the old and show you the, show you the alathea, show you the new. So born from above again daily, refreshed, if you will. So to self, don't deny it, cut it off, and peel back the old and come to the new. And that's what this is all about. So we're here for a purpose. All of us do have, either vessels of wrath or vessels of destruction. Do not judge them by their cover. You'll know them by their fruit. So those who work in darkness and those who work in light, remember, do not judge them by their cover. Children of darkness, those who do works in darkness, fruits of darkness, unfruitful works of darkness, and those who work in the light. So Father already chose who it's going to be. Nor you're not going to change anybody. Not in here, you're not going to change me. It's not right to change anybody. My dad told me that. So my father is not my dad, and that's who I'm listening to. My dad's dead, so it is what it is. Oh my goodness. Well, anyways. Wow. Just kind of had a numbers thing in my head. Apologize. A little. All right. Well, let's. Anybody else got a guess on how many chicken eggs? We'll go out and check and see how many fresh eggs I gave. Egg. We got 4 yesterday. Kind of an off day. We had a bird. We're gone. The chickens were a little stressed. It makes sense that I don't know if one of them got out and they heard the other one. Just. She was fine. She went over in the very corner and shoved herself in an area where, I don't think even that guard, the cats were having our time. I don't think the cats did. I think the dog chased her over there because he just saw her out of the pen. He tried to put her back in the pen or something. He's a dingo and he loves the cats and the chickens and all. I think it was a freak accident. So she's alive. She's fine. She's doing good today. She's even fine yesterday. She ate right away, and I overreacted. I just love my little ladies. They're amazing they're like little puppies to me. So like having 9 little puppies, Well, 8 because we don't have the rooster out here anymore. But do appreciate you guys being part of this, and I want to show you the oh man, what's going on with my chat? Apologize, something happened here. Okay, Anthony made his guess 7. But 3 eggs. Okay, cool. All right. Well, hey, I don't, whatever. I got abundance. I got so many eggs. I wish I could share eggs with you guys. I wish I could eat eggs. I had 7 eggs today. Sometimes I eat 10. Sometimes I give, 2, 3 to the dogs, and Kevin gets dozens and dozens. So we've been real abundant out here. Father's just giving us a bounty of these birds are worth it. I've spent, quite a lot of time and money and feed and buying them and all that. But I like to share with Kevin and um, share with the. I wish I could share some of these eggs. I wish you could taste how they taste. They're not like any kind of store bought egg you can buy. They really aren't. I don't care if they call them organic. You got to eat these eggs without the bloom washed off them and eat them right off the back of an ass when they're still warm. Now that's no, they're good no matter what. They're good for about 30 days. I mean, they don't even taste any different in months. But I ate it before that, and all right. So three, we got 3, 7. Hey, Bishop. Hey, Bishop. Man, my eyes are burning from this darn. It's a little windy out there. We got dust in the air, and this. I gotta get this cabin, guys. This cabin's wrecking me. So speaking of wreck, um, but I'll get out of here soon. I'm gonna stay working. Next week, I'm gonna go file the lawsuits, and hopefully that won't take long. We'll have a settlement, and I'll have funds to do things that I need to do, and I won't have to do everything the hard way. I can hire some people to help me. If nobody wants to come out here and help me, I can hire people to do that. So, um, thy kingdom come whenever that happens. Hallelujah. That's what I'm looking for, and Father's will be done. That's Agape. So, all glory to Shiloh. That's my love. I'm going to be a bride. I'm all excited about the wedding. So, but the bride tarries, and he's still preparing that place, and so we got to wait and do what we do here and prepare our ark and be ready. So, all right, no more guesses. I think I'll get up here, guys, and so because I need to get back to work and pound these last 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, and then I have another support to put in before I can add some more boards. And I'd like to at least get the front of it finished today. And like I said, I have that guy possibly coming to buy that motorcycle tomorrow. And boy, it's sure nice to be put some extra funding so I can have an extra bag of dog food. I owe Kevin for the one that I bought. So I never have 4 or 5 bags of dog food. So if I don't have anything, I went without yesterday, and each of the dogs had, and feed them better than I do. Boy, they eat good. Those dogs eat really good. They do. If you should look at what's in their dog food, they eat better than me. And I try not to eat a bunch of crap. So um, outstanding. I had ducks too. I miss my ducks. They were awesome. I want more ducks. I will get them when more people come out here. If I ever get people, I'm gonna have a total duck. They do well together. They do real well together. But I'm gonna probably just keep them separate, just because I just like, they're just kind of, not that they don't do totally. They really did, but um, they're kind of low going and don't get up and roost and do that. They could be separate. I have plenty of land to do it. You know what I'm saying? I got more than I know what to do it. So I kind of make a sanctuary for the ducks. So, but I had to give them away because I didn't feel safe. My animals here, and I went through kind of a thing that I didn't want. If I can't protect my animals, then I'm not gonna. You should have seen me yesterday. It's like, Dad, you really like your ducks, or you like your chickens, don't you? I got home and I heard her screaming, and my heart just dropped. And I'm like, dropped everything. I was like, I knew that wasn't any normal. And I found her. There was little feathers here, a little couple feathers. I'm like, and I was right on her, and I found her. She was stuck over in the corner underneath the deck, and I had to pull apart the deck and all that to get. It don't matter. I wanted my baby out for her. I didn't want her to be hurting. And I pulled her out. She squawked a little bit, but she went in there and started eating. I gave her extra peaches and some pears and cabbage and extra food. So, but she's doing good. And but I miss the ducks because their duck eggs are fabulous too, guys. I mean, duck eggs are over the top. Actually, it's preferred. They say that the duck egg is probably the best egg for cooking of any other egg, superior to any other egg because it's high. It has a large yolk, and man, I like that yolk. So a lot of yolk and a little bit of white. So the duck eggs, and they they're hardy winter too. They generally lay year round. Some people can have their ducks never stop laying through the winter. Some people's chicken, if you keep them under heat lamp, but I'm off grid. So that's the other thing I got to do, guys. I got to get up and do some more work on the chicken house is coming next too. I think next is what I should be doing that today, but I don't like the front of the house to be all uncovered. The tires are showing, and there's some insulation that's dropped down there, and I got to tuck it back up. And nobody comes out here. It's just how I am. It's like it's your ministry, and I want it to have a kind of a front, So I don't care what people think about it. Nobody's coming here, but it's just the way I am, A little bit of curb appeal, so it's looking good. Let's jump up, and so I appreciate guys your comments, and we'll see if we're. So we got a guess of 3 eggs, a guess of 7 eggs. Anybody else want to fire another guess up there on how many eggs? We got 8 birds. One got a little shaken up yesterday. We got 4 eggs yesterday, 7 eggs the day before. So 5 eggs. Okay, cool. Let's get up and check it out, guys. Like I said, I need to get to work. I got more work to do. I'll show you. I want to thank you again. I want to bring us outside for the support. Watching your dollars hard at work here. You're going to give me something now that I can use for 8 years. And again, if I had sold land or anything, guys, I really wish I could just take this tithing off, shut the PayPal off because they take, or shut the super chat off because they take 30% of you guys hard. But there are people who don't have CashApp and PayPal, and they want to support this ministry. I'm not going to tell somebody they can't support this ministry. Tithing is something you do without asking or telling, you know what I'm saying? And it's supposed to be of the word now. You don't have to ever support any money ever. Remember, I don't even know who supported what they did to get this. I don't even remember who it was. I don't. And I appreciate it. It's just part of the ministry. So I'm going to use this for years to come. And you can watch your ministry be built down here with your hand, hard dollars at work, my old butt, and get up and work and do this and make this happen out here for you. So you can come someday, maybe one day you'll be able to come out and enjoy all your, or even if you don't come out here anyways, no, come out here anyways. If you don't support the ministry with any monetary tithe, you can still come out here. I didn't make a list. Oh, this person gave this. I don't care if he gave me 10,000 or whatever. It's not going to make. I don't know if I'd even remember. I might remember you like that, but you wouldn't get any. We're all part of the whole in this ministry, so I don't spend anything else than really on it than the ministry. I'm done, like I said, owning things. So, but this is an essential thing for me to continue to build. So awesome tool. Thank you so much. Let's get up and here. Let me unplug you here. I dropped my phone the other day, and I broke it. But so we got a big crack in the phone. But I'm still able to see the chat down there. The chat's lower. The crack kind of goes through that, and it's all busted down. It's all right. It'll work. And with the cover on it, should have a darn cover on it. And we got Berkey water and Berkey ice cubes. Oh, it's getting a little chilly in here. It's nice in the 80s here today. Feels like we had some summer out. Oh, look my old butt up here. Oh, we gotta get this pencil. Get the pencil for the construction pencil here. Guys, ready to go outside? Back outside, their puppy dogs. Let's go outside the cabin. Come on, guys. No, you want to stay? Or are you going? No, they want to go. Come on. Oh, I think we're going to have to put the shirt back on. The sun's dropping down. Oh my goodness, it's later than I thought. Guys, it's later than I thought. Crap, man. Where'd the day go? That's all right. I don't care. I don't care what I get done out here half the time, as long as I'm doing something. So here's what I've been working on. This is what I've been working on, getting this enclosed in. I'm going to have to come over here and build another support system in here so I can continue going on down here. But this is what we've done today. I'm gonna go put my shirt on. Ooh, it's cooling off here. But hey, wait a minute. Where to put the drill? Oh, I gotta go back inside. I leave this is the front of the cabin out here. I left the drill in here like a knucklehead. All right, so let's go back outside. We've probably got another hour or light or so to work out here. It's the cabin. Like I said, it's a semi that I converted into a cabin. So this is the work that I've been doing today. Looks pretty good. That's different because it was in the other direction before. So
I'll finish it up. I'm going to move this building up to this building up front here. I got all kinds of changes. I'm always doing something out here, but thank you guys. You know, like I said, this right here is a game changer for me. Having that drill, like yesterday when I came through here, the corner of this has a metal piece on the trailer, and I couldn't drill a nail to there and got it back. What are you talking about, boy? What are you talking about, my boy? Let that get his shirt on. Hold on, let me grab my shirt over here, guys. We got it hanging up here. So here's all the extra tools. Like I was saying, that's a $79 down on the ground. You guys lost it. So. All right, anyways, here's a shot of what I was doing here today. There's Yasher looking at it. So gonna finish trying to get the rest of this here. Oh, look at her. She's jumping up here. What are you doing up there, lady? Look at what she's doing. Get off there. Get down off there. Get down off there, girl. Get off there. Let's see what time it is. Oh, we can feed the birds. Oh, darn it. I don't have that container. Where'd I put it? Stay here. Stay. Stay, boys. I'm going to feed these kitties. Or not the kitties, my ladies, the chickens. Hey, stop whining. Are you eating, boy? Oh, look at that. You got the diamond lemon rice for the kittens. Where is that container? There it is. Back in the cabin for a minute. Here, I gotta grab their food container. He's a Folgers can. We gotta feed the birds first, guys. You guys will get fed here in a minute. Slow down. You'll be all right. All right. So this is the ladies' house here, where we keep our ladies in the high desert out here. Little shot out here at this all the ladies' housing. Hi, sweeties. Are you hungry, girls? Are you hungry, ladies? You sure are pretty. Prettiest ladies I ever had. Where's the one that got? Yeah. Oh, that's her right there. She's a little ruffled, but she's okay. Got a couple ruffled feathers, but she's all right. She's okay, huh, girl? All right, hey, you want to support the chicken feed fund? We're getting down there. I did buy feed. There's my chickens. You can always support the ladies out here in the ministry. We feed them back their own eggs, crush them up. The babies coming out here. Look at my kids always staying close to the dad when dad's outside there. It's daylight out. It's daylight. It's daylight. So there's the motorcycle. I got to get the work done. Then I'll probably have to get up first part of the day and try to polish that up a little bit, clean it. Look at my kids waiting for the dad. Look at my kids waiting for the dad, being good kids. Pretty girl. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer girl. Hey, Jennifer girl. Why are you ignoring Dad? Hey, Panner boy. Yes, your boy. You boys and girls that I love. All right. She knows where I'm going. She knows we're going over here. There we go, girls. Boy, they've been spoiled. We've been spoiling them like crazy. So let's go inside. Hey, how many eggs we got inside this is the Rancho Pollo. I'm eventually probably going to enclose the rest of this and make a full. She keeps climbing up on this. This one here, the one who lays blue eggs, she keeps teaching. It's piled in there. Oh, get in there, girls. Get it, girls. Keep them hungry. No, they're overfed, but I like to let them make sure they still do their marching around out there and picking for bugs and eating. How that makes their eggs so good, and eating all. They go out there and graze in the other field we got for them out there too. So what are you doing, handsome guy? Let's go inside there and see how many eggs we got today. We've got a guess of 3, 7, and 5. I think we had 5. We got a guess of 5, didn't we? Yeah, somebody, I would think it was somebody from California. It was Brower or something like that. Was it? Hold on, we're going in here. Checking for eggs. This is the Rancho Pollo. This is the ladies' hen house. I'm eventually going to add more wood like I'm doing up here, this big thick wood up on the front, insulate this and rebuild this because this lady keeps climbing up there and getting up in there. And I already put wiring way up here, but she's jumping up here and then jumping up there. She's really smart, but she's the one who's laying blue eggs. So. Yeah, I don't see as many eggs today, but that's all right. Let's go in there and see what we got. I don't care if we just get one egg or even if they don't lay any eggs. I wish they'd take a day off and I'd find no eggs. But let's go in and see. Well, you guys, nobody got it right. It was 4 eggs. It was between 3 and 4. Look at that. Or 3 and 5. It was 4 eggs today. So we got 4 yesterday and 4 today. So thank you. There's 4 people in the chat. Beautiful eggs. Put those in there. And 2 more. Good ladies. Good ladies. Look at those pretty eggs there. Beautiful. They'll get bigger. This is their first year laying, so they'll definitely get bigger than that. You know, sometimes they even lay bigger eggs than that. Sometimes they're bigger than others. Well, let's go ahead and take a peek over there. They quit laying. They haven't really laid any eggs over here. They did the first part of the year. I don't see any in there. So it's the only place they lay. They only lay right here. They were laying in the hen house over here, or there where they roost. Hey, what are you? I don't know what that dog's doing, but they don't lay anywhere else. They only lay right there. There's always a pile of them right there. That's our favorite spot to lay. Oh, backing up. Beep, beep. Get the backup beeper. There's our watering. This is a great way to water. Keeps our water super clean. You know, plenty of water. This stays real, this full. So this water them for months at a time without having to change and water. Chickens are kind of hard to keep their water clean if you're doing those little dishes where they climb in them. Their water's kind of always nasty. So a couple of these broke off, but they can still come up and poke at them if they wanted to. But they generally hit these ones that, it doesn't leak. And come up here and hit this one right here. But these are definitely a better way to water here. So. But anyways, let's go. This is the out here in the high desert. This is the Rancho Pollo. We open it up during the day and let them run in there. I've got these fake swinging doors that look like swinging doors when I shut that up. We can actually shut that up for the night. It's okay. They're not going to go back in there. They've had water, so they'll be good until tomorrow. One less thing I'll have to do, come out here and shut that up. So put our water, keep the coyotes. They don't come in here at all, but the kittens keep track. Make sure no coyotes come in here, huh, kittens? Oh, my kitten girl, my pretty little girl that I love. Such a pretty little girl. You do such a good job out here, sweetheart, that I love you. You're my best girl I ever did love. Oh, come here to Dad. I love you. Oh, say I was going to give you love, Dad. You're such a pretty girl. Look at that white on her tail. You can always see her in the bushes. You're such a sweetheart. You're my best kitten girl. What are you doing? What are you doing there in the bushes? What are you doing? What are you eating those bushes for? All those bushes are everywhere. What are you messing with those for? What are you doing? You're a silly kitten girl. You're my best kitten I ever did. Silly. Hey, Juniper, what are you eating? Hey, what are you eating? Look at her. She's so silly. I love this cat. She's picking at the sagebrush. Those are tumbleweed, like tumbleweed. That's not sage. What are you doing? What are you eating that for? Why are you eating that? You eat everything. You eat so much. This cat eats so much. She is a freaking absolute garbage disposal. He just goes through everything. She goes through. All right, let's get our eggs. What are you doing? I don't have any more for you. No, I don't. I don't. You stay. You stay, girl. You stay. Stay in there. All right, going out in here with the eggs for a minute. You're in with the eggs. I know you guys are hungry too. We'll go and feed you guys. You guys have to wait. Have to wait a minute. So here's what we're working on. Wanted to again send a special thanks to everybody who's helped and been supportive of the ministry here. I'm going to continue working. I don't know if I'll get back to this tonight or not. That sun went down already, so we got about another hour, but I'm going to try to get back. What do you think? Any comments on it? It used to go in the opposite direction. I think I'd go over here and show you. Hold on. No, stay. Better listen to me, boy. Put those in the A or in the mail slot. Stay in the yard. You see over here how it's in the opposite direction? Now it's in this direction. It used to be in that same direction over there. I'll go over here. You're not looking through here, but see how it's in this direction? It goes in the same direction. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm changing it up and running it in this direction. So I like it that way. It's different. It's a different look. I know. Here comes my kitties following the dad. Following the dad. Oh, you're so nice. You're so nice. There's the bike that I'll be selling here. Maybe tomorrow somebody will come buy it. Hate to see it go. It's a beautiful bike, but I need to get an attorney. You know, I have an attorney. I need to get the attorney in another $5,000 so I can go to trial. So, got to go to trial. Only 1.5% of cases in this country go to trial. We got the roofing, guys. Here's the roofing too. So I was able to get the roofing. Look at that. There's the clear roofing that I wanted to buy the first time and skimp because I just didn't have the money and I just needed an extra piece and I shouldn't have got it. I only needed 4, but anyways. Thank you for coming in and watching. There's an old 4Runner that we someday hope to have to take down to Mexico. Maybe we'll start in Tijuana, work our way down. So beautiful bike rides. These things ride just absolutely fabulous. And yeah, I'm giving the guy a screaming deal. I think I like $1,600 or something. I don't know. It hurts. It hurts. So. Let's go inside here and looks like our lights are coming on. Some of the lights, the motion lights checking us out here, but no, this is faster than any Harley. This will beat any Harley on the road. This is faster. It's got a V6 in it. This is a car engine. It's a car engine, 6-cylinder motor. So riding around with a car engine on the front of it. It's a Honda, shaft driven and faster than any Harley made. They got great reviews and they ride absolutely excellent. They're a great riding bike. They really do run down the road super. Just look at the reviews on them. They're oh, I need to clean her up. She's dusty. I try to keep her polished up, but out here get a little dust, little rain, it will. You got to stay up on it. Preventive maintenance goes a long way. But all right, so yeah, it's coming along. Like I said, today, that's what I was working on. I've got kind of trying to stagger. I wanted to take a time to give you guys thanks for this drill that you guys helped me purchase. And the last one lasted me 8 years. And I'm hoping that I can get 8 years out of this one. I take good care of my stuff. Try not to let it sit out in the rain or anything like that. Keep it undercover when I'm not working with it, and keep the batteries from inside. Don't let them get, too much of the elements, which does help. I mean, you got to work with them in the elements, but this is what I was working on today. What do you think, guys? That's a different direction because it was facing in the same direction as the cabin. So eventually I'm gonna have to tear off all of this and redo the cabin because the windows were all shot out and tear gas and all that nonsense. So hear the cows out there behind us. Hear the cows? Them cows out there, huh? Yeah. So good fit, nice tight snug fit. Kind of a stickler for having things made. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I have to have straight lines. I'd say I have to have straight lines. So yeah, I like it. It's different. It always takes me a little while to get used to something. When we make changes to something, it's like, well, I did it the other time, but let's spin around here. So, once it's all done like that, it'll have that look all the way down. And I'm eventually going to change this to this direction now too. This here, I'm going to take all the face of this off when I put new windows in here, and change the whole front of the cabin so it looks more like the rusty dragon over there. I like this, vertical look. It's nice, whatever. I did it because I was trying to accent how long some of these boards are. Look how long that board is. Goes all the way over to, almost halfway down the cabin. It's like a 20-foot board. So I was trying to save myself cuts, be economical, and just work with what I had. That's how I work. But I will change this to this, and I'm going to probably actually add some of this in with this here. So it'll be staggered. It'll look good. I'm not going to get to it this spring, but let me go feed these boys. I can tell they're hungry. We're deserts. We're still got sunshine out here. Or, well, not sunshine. Still got light. The sun is going down. We see the moon over there. You guys see that crescent moon or not? Where'd that crescent moon go? Right above the... Nah, too small. That crescent moon's above that hill, though. So small you can't see. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's the crescent moon. So we'll start to get... Looks like we're starting to get a little pink out here. We'll start to get pink, and this whole valley lights up. Some sets out here, they'll just melt your mind. So let's get these guys inside there. Hey, slow down. Don't be darting in the door like that. I know you're excited, but you need not dart in the door. You're going to knock somebody. What if somebody standing on the other side of that door? Pants? What if somebody was standing on the other side of that door? You're going to knock them over. You're like a bull. Oh, let's plug it back in while we're... Go grab those eggs real quick. All right, there we are. Well, I do want to thank you guys. Appreciate it. That's a huge thing for me, and I want to show you what I was working on today. And got a bit of a time here, trying to get as much as I can done and get nearly as much done as I wanted today, but oh well. That's what it is. It is what it is, what it is, what it is. So let me get these chicken eggs up and feed these dogs. We'll come back in here and say if I can thank you again for your time and your tithe of your monetary tithe that gets taxed and taxed and taxed, and you bring it here, and then it gets taxed, and then I get taxed on it, feed and fine, but we're able to get that drill. So, just gotta get the eggs. Stay in there, guys. Stay in there.
boys are hungry, huh? Yeah, I know. You guys used to eat at 8 or 9 o'clock. You guys eat earlier every day. Shave off a minute or two. Silly guys. Silly guys. Or pants. They're big. Oh, bigger is big. Talkies first. And then Mr. Vance. Then Mr. Bo. Good boy, Mr. Bo. Oh, you're such a good boy. Alright, what do you got there for you boys? Good dinner, boys. For the boys. Oh boy, you guys are doing a good job. What do you got? What you got there? Okay. Alright, you boys, that good? Let's turn that up there. I'll have to make some dinner for Dad, eh? Might have to make some dinner for the dad. Oh. Yeah, I don't use any oil on my wood. I like to have that dry look. Weathered. Oh. The oil it takes and makes it dark. I did it in the kitchen. I did oil seed the kitchen. Nice. Good stuff. Yep. We got a little crescent moon tonight, don't we? Oh my God, I got some stuff in my sock. Hold on. So, yeah, that facing vertically is okay. I got to get used to it because thanks for coming in. Uh, I want to face the other, make the other face the other way on the outside. So, oh, let me make something to eat real quick, guys. I'm gonna probably make a burrito or something real quick. I won't be long. I got some beans I made. Cheese we got left in there. I'll use one of these. All right, let's get cheese out. All right, all in, all done. Belly. All right. Ooh, the back's feeling that a little bit today. So made some burritos. I make them like this every once in a while. Make them real thin. I used to get these. I remember when I used to go down to Mexico. They sell these down by where they did the bullfights. There was only a couple people did them like that. I liked them like that because I really didn't like beans a lot, especially on a burrito. But I'd eat them like that, and I grew up making them like that. People are like, "What the hell is that?" But you get three burritos for $1. Like 3 burritos this size for $1, but they're they're real thin. But I like them because they don't have a lot of beans on them. A little bit of cheese, a little bit of beans, and bueno. So thank you again, brothers, sisters. Appreciate it. All the support and gonna keep building now. Can't stop building. Stay busy until 2026. That's the plan. I'm always stay busy, but
There you go. See if we'll be one of the 99 million Americans that's alive and not the 216 million that's dead in the next 3 months. How are you going to survive the next 3 months? What's your plan? Tell me your plan. Which plan there, ladies and germs, viruses and organisms? How are you going to be one of the ones that survives the coming fake alien invasion? Or how are you going to survive if the sun knocks out our power grid? Tango, stop, dude. How are you going to survive the hailstones that are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30 pounds? And everywhere in between. You got a hail plan? You go into hell or you're already there? Hell's no knowledge. You have no knowledge of what's coming to you. And it's already here. What is coming is already here. We're here. We made it. Welcome to Revelation. What about? Come back down to the boat and try to bring it in for you guys. Oh, we're all going to struggle. That's for sure, Anthony. Every part of being a disciple of Christ is you're going to suffer. They might martyr you, but whatever. I'd rather go down and martyr for Christ than standing, and standing 10-toe up to this beast than a slave on my knees. Just like 98.5% of cases take a plea agreement, take a deal, a plea bargain, and only 1.5 render a verdict by jury. Some of us are just built different. I call it die hard. Some people like a turtle, they just roll on over on their back. They can't do nothing. They can't kick. They got no spiritual fight in them. Oh, yeah. All the apostles died a martyr's death, brothers and sisters. Was that the worst thing that's going to happen? You die of martyr like the disciples, like all the apostles? No. Wouldn't it be a blessing your last words to be not your own, but his words? Hallelujah, man. That's why I want to die standing up for the Hamashiach, knowing that they hate me because of that. It says you're loved by the world to be hated by my Father. So you're not here to make friends with the world, but you're here to share the gospel 2 times with people and move on. That's all we're here to do. We have a life. We all have lives, but we're not here to really do anything else. We're here to share the light. Don't have that light in a basket. Put it at the top of your house and let it shine. That's not shine above others. That's pride. Greatest of all time. MAGA. This is what great again feels like.
Man, these people fall for this nonsense. Father hates politics, just so you know. Poly meaning many and tick meaning bloodsucker. He doesn't want us to drink blood or eat human flesh. Father's the word. Hokadesh, study the word. Study the word, man. It's going to be your only protection. It's in Ephesians 6:11. Paul wrote about that armor of God. Told you twice in that passage right there. Not against flesh and blood. So, you know, if you give to this ministry, I'm always going to try to give back to you. Never have to produce any kind of monetary tide to be a part of the ministry. You have to produce good comments, good fruit. One bad apple, little leaven, leavens the whole lump. I'll throw you out of here. Cut it off. Paul said, circumcise the flesh. Wrestle not against flesh and blood. Just focus on the gospel, brothers, sisters. Focus on that is the hados. The only way to the Father is through the Son, and that is the hados. That's the narrow way, and that is who Christ. He said, I am the way. That's the word hados. That means to be in the same narrow way. You got to do what he did. His disciples, they all suffered because they gave up their life. They had a life. They followed him. And look what happened to them. Yeah, baby. That's a good way to go down. Saying, put it on the armor of God. Not violence, brothers, sisters. I'm not calling for violence. That's the God of wrath, the war. I'm calling like meat, not wheat. Go around the system. They hate when you grow tomato plants, and they'll call you, put you on, or they put you on the domestic terror list for selling organic cow milk. Yeah, grow some cow milk. They hate it when you go to the farmer's market. They hate it when you're home supply chain. There's lots of ways to stand up to the beast. Passive resistance without violence. So, heck yeah, support your local farmers markets, man. That way when the stores aren't closed, maybe you need to grow some your own food, grow some abundance. Maybe your soil is a little better for something, man. Trade with your neighbors. You know, there are places you can look online that grow food in the cities too. That, you know, I'm not really into the city thing, but, you know, your lawn's too long though. Come swat your house if you don't pay your fine. That's not nice. But people don't care. They're growing food on their windowsills. They're growing food in buckets. They're growing food on their roof. They're renting out their neighbor's yard because their neighbor ain't using it. They ain't hearing it. They're doing it. You know what I'm saying? They're sticking it to the man. Every time you grow something that you don't have to go buy to the store, and you can create a seed and open pollinate that, regenetically, you know, non-genetically modified, and reseed that every year, you're sticking it to the man. You grow one fruit from one seed, it grow 1,000 seeds. Vast abundance, baby. No, go to the store. You're not going to the store. You go to a little curbside parking thing, and you get to the 6 tomatoes that we gave you. I don't care if 2 of them are dented or nasty, or you don't like them, they got a little mold on them. That's the 6 you get for the month. Don't be trying to come back and get any more. That's the 6 you get for this month, because you're on a smart meter. Yeah. All right. They have culled all the herds, birds, cattle. Look at the cattle herd right now. We know McDonald's ain't serving no hamburger. They don't even there ain't enough cows in our cattle herd to raise McDonald's meat, let alone all the rest of us out here. They're eating red meat almost every meal. That's right, Anthony. We got to trade in this new for the old. Be a high-tech redneck like me. Well, get off the grid. My system's so crude, it's not even real. Nice. Not at all. It's stupid, but it works. You know, we used it for 5 or 6 years. I can use an upgrade on my power inverter, but whatever, the lights are on. I charge batteries. I can make ice. You know, I do all the things. If I set up a system, I can run this just like a normal house. People think you get off grid. Oh, everything in the whole world. No, you can have everything you have in a normal house. You just own the system. You are the power company. They're never going to raise my power bill. Guess why? I don't get a power bill. They're never going to charge me taxes on a power bill because guess why? I don't get a power bill. Guess what? I don't get a power bill. I am the power company. So no rolling brownouts. Oh, shit. You know, the power goes out in town. People, they crap a purple Twinkie or brick or something. Do it. You can do it. Not that hard. Here's how you make your first step to get off the grid. You can walk into the woods and find some water to do. You can filter. Sawyer Mini is the last water filter you ever buy in your life. You can fit it in your pocket. If you're a lady, you can fit it in your pouch. Then the guys won't know that you have one. Anyways, moving on. It's going to happen. It's going to happen with the lights out, Michael. It's going to happen when the robots come and they send a bunch of robots to whack a bunch of people. You know, they've been hauling robots up to with their space farce nonsense for decades. Preparing the day where we're going to say, hey, there's aliens coming. Ah! No, there's not. But the whole world's going to fall for it. Look at how many idiots thought they were getting raptured on 9/23 with the Beast of Trumpets. Everything's the end of the world for people, bro, sisters. Don't fall for that sensationalism because then you're not going to want to prepare. And failing to prepare is preparing to fail. It's better to have and not need than need not have. Perfect practice prevents piss poor performance. You want to not perform well, don't practice. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. You want to see somebody fail? They're not doing anything about it. They're sitting there like a bump on a log. Like a turtle, like I mentioned over, you flip them on their back, they're screwed. Kind of like every woman I got on her back. Never mind. Apologize, ladies. It's just a idiom. It's real, but anyways, it's still an idiom. I'm just kind of a silly guy. So. There is no Project Bluebeam. That's not a thing. It's Operation Bluebeam, and this is Project Blue Book. Two different completely operations. One's just a fake thing made up by the 90s by probably the CIA. The other one stems back from the 1800s. From the CIA, Operation Mockingbird, Operation Paperclip, Operation Operation Popeye, Operation 9/23. So this is the one that's being performed right now. It's already here. So they use directed energy and will use fake alien technology and make everybody think that these aliens are from the sky when they're just robots that they built to put in uploads into them. And they'll even, I talked to Kevin, they're going to control these with gamers. They're going to lock people in things and have these things controlled on the outside, chasing people around outside of their millimeter camps, their bubble waves, their bubble trouble. You're in bubble trouble. Or will you be in trouble if you're not inside the bubble? You know, you're feral if you're outside the bubble. So you'll do your Thunderdome. It'd be like Mad Max. No, not that. Like, but it's gonna be a lot worse than that. It'll be more like Terminator. Ah, you wish for Mad Max. You already had time to get water. You already had time to get TP for your bunghole. You already timed to build your Mad Max vehicle. You had time to get your puppy. Get your puppies. To protect Bobo. Let's get my Bobo. He's my Bo. He's my protector puppy that loves the dad. Oh, this was the dad. You want that dad? You want dad? He's protecting the dad. I will be, bub. You're my good boy. You're good. He doesn't need to be told. He's ready to work. You ready to go to work? No kisses. I love you. My guy. Oh, you're my guy. You're such a good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yep. No, there's no reptilians. No such thing as reptilians. No such thing as space. No such thing as shapeshifters. They're crazy, aren't they? They're nutty. They believe all the stuff they see on television. Huh. Silly puppies. Silly boys. You're a silly boy. You're a silly boy. You're a good boy. Oh, I love you so much, big guy. You're my best big dog I ever did. Boom, 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 boom. You're silly. Oh, my goodness. No, you dare kiss me. I don't want to lick yourself. You're fine, biggest. Oh, the other one's down here trying to give me a hard time now. He wants love. You can't take your right turn. What? Oh, you silly dog. You just had the lip dances, you silly goose. Hey, what's that all about? No. Please be good. You're still on the show. He's jabbing Dad in the face. He's good. He's not a boxer. He's a dingo. He's better than a boxer, huh? Yes, him is my best guy. Stop it. You're silly. I love you. Tell you what, the dad. It was a dad. You guys are being oysters tonight, huh? You guys are being good guys. We're just hanging out. Or with the puppies. Puppies are still in the show. Call the cops to see a robbery in progress. Almost about to steal the show. All right, so what's your hell plan? What's your plan for when they lock us down? And you can't go to the store anymore. If you go to the store, you can't go in the store, and they only give you what they give you. You gotta have a certain real ID, real eyes. Do you realize where your eyes? They have to scan your eyes. You're in the skies. You gotta look up at the sky. Or you can go into the market. Something weird like that. Pull up your right browser and your link on your right thing and your, I don't know, pull on your left test here or something. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna do something silly, huh? Upload your conscience to the inner web, to the Starlink. Oh, buddy, you're a good boy. You are a good boy. No, you are a good boy. You're a good boy. You ready to go to sleep? Are you ready to go to sleep? No, you're not sleeping. You're not sleeping. Did you go to sleep? Well, that's your own fault that you keep your pockets empty, Michael. You've been growing your own food, remember? Creating your own power. Having a small plot of land. Maybe you can get a big piece of land with a small house instead. Maybe build your own land. In the movie, everyone's except for the main character. Uh-oh, Anthony's got some third-person shooter going on here over the shoulder, boulder holder there. Life gets like that. These people, they take this Adderall and stuff, and they get in this game mode, man. I was telling you, they're going to eventually take where they've got people in these systems, running that are gamers. A lot of the gamers are going to be out there controlling these robots, chasing people around, thinking they're playing a game or getting paid to do it. These are the bad guys. Get them. They already do it with drones. So don't tell me they can't do it with an airplane. They ain't going to do it with the robot. Yes, they will. Why do you think they've been watching all these gamers and online gamers? What if the CIA or the FBI or the NSA or the Department of Jackasses at the top came and got my son? And that's why I haven't heard from him. And he's not to be found. So, but, uh-oh. Don's got Wi-Fi. Dogs don't go to heaven. Don, you're credible. Remember, dogs don't go to heaven. Your story's full of holes, dude. We know you. Oh, you got reverse raptured. Oh, hey, Don, while you're up there, will you bring me some aliens? Bring me some Marvin the Martians up there. I think Space Jam. While you're up there and up in the sky, and you got rapture, we bring back some Martians. We reverse rapture and bring me back some Martians, Marvin the Martians. I need some Space Jam or junk. Oh my gosh. Everybody thought they were going to get raptured on night. How many times are they going to do this? Oh, this is the one, guys. This is the one. This is the. So much disappointment. Hey, I got to start putting some layers on here. It cools off pretty quick out here. My skin's starting to cool off already. Ladies are doing good out there. I actually need to go shut the ladies up. That's why I need to put some clothes on before I go outside. I have farm duties I have to do here. I apologize for the interruption, but ladies are important. I'll make sure they're in their coop there and shut up and the door all locked up and everything. So nothing will get them, but I want to make sure. I like having fresh eggs every day. And if I can get that coop done, I can possibly get them to lay into the winter, as much as I can, try to, as long as I can. I'd like to have eggs into the next couple months before I either go to jail or all this will be over finally, if I don't catch any more charges or something. You are just the cutest little thing. You're the cutest thing. You the cutest thing. Let Dad get on some sweatpants here. Oh man. Oh God, stop it. Let's get the headlamp here. Oh, I need a new headlamp too. right, birds are up. I think I'm gonna build a whole new bird house for the birds, for at least their um, for their kennel or their coop, because they have a nesting box and they have a coop, and then I think it's multiple stages that I got for them. My birds are spoiled, but I'm looking at it. I might just redo that whole thing out there, and just build them a different coop than they're in. Just take that one down and add to what's there, but give them a little more room, a little more space. Might even actually, I never even thought about it. I might extend that thing out, make it a little bigger. Not too much, to try to keep it insulated. But yeah, I went out there and looked. That one bird, she just keeps jumping up on the top and gets her way up. So I'm gonna have to rechange the whole design, or she's gonna keep going, going up and jumping up on that. So I've got that red tin, so maybe if I pull it down and reconstruct the whole thing. I never thought about doing that. I just thought about that when I went out there. I don't know why I picked doing that stuff like that. Not even done with the 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 projects I've got going. So, but that's something I could probably do in a day or two. Knock it out and rebuild them a really nice, larger area. Make sure they can't jump out of that area. Get it up real tall, and yeah, keep them in there. I don't want them to jump out. I need to make an area where I don't need to open the door where I've got it to. I kind of need to change the way the design of the coop. I like the way I have it, but I need to make it so that I want to make a door where I can open the door, not from the outside, or open it from the outside, put it on like a hinge, or, like a door. I pull the hinge and the little can slide up and down on it, put on a pulley, open it up that way. And yeah, cool. That'll work out good, because I need to I want to try to keep those birds in that area. They got a lot of room, but that one girl, she keeps jumping up on it and jumping up, in a couple areas, and I don't want to clip their wings. So knock out 2 birds, 1 stone. Not literally, but so we'll see. There's another project on the list to do. So, oh my gosh, where'd all my chat? Oh, my chat keeps getting banned. World War III, 927. No, I don't think World War III is 927, 2025. Tonga, because World War III has already started. You are way behind the power curve. No. So, yeah, so we'll see. We'll get this stuff done tomorrow, and then maybe this guy will buy this bike. I can knock off, like I think I'm gonna ask him like $1,500 for the bike. I don't know why I'm giving it away. It's because I need to. It's because I actually thought I was going to sell the flatbed. Actually, I will sell the flatbed. Maybe this bike will sell tomorrow, and then I'll drag the flatbed up to the drive it up to the road and sell that for $3,500, and I'll have the $5,000 that I need for the attorney to take it to court, to take it to trial. So if they settle it, it suck because I sold the motorcycle, the flatbed, but I gotta at least try. You know what I'm saying? I change hats. I got all kinds of hats, so I wear 5 or 6 different hats when I work, and then change it. I wear my hat a lot more to the winter than in summer. I wear it during the summer, but I have 5 different hats, so 10 different hats, all kinds of different hats. But yeah, you know, we'll see. I'm trying to get to the end of this 2025 lunar calendar year and be one of the people that makes it. Even though I don't want to die, I still want to make it because we had to die trying. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to try. So, but good day today. I really wish I would have got more done. I wanted to get that roof done on the garden, but it just was too windy all day. It was windier and all get out. So, but I got about, you know, like it's about a third of that front of the building done. So I'll keep going tomorrow. I got to get up and clean this bike up for this guy, make it as shiny as possible, make it nice. And it should start with a jump for him, you know. It just hasn't been started in a minute, but it's a good clean bike. They're really reliable. So, but anyways, yeah, I gotta get so many things done, and so I can get into that cabin over there at the Rusty Dragon. I want to finish about a door over there at the Restore in Bend, Oregon. So, it's a little short, but that's why I bought it. It's a little thin, but that's why I wanted it, so I can build onto it, make a really nice door. I want to put a window in it and put a bunch of gingerbread on it. And what farm I stay from? I was born in the City of Angels. Born in the valley. In the valley. Oh. So, and eventually I need to install a bathroom in the thanks for coming in the Rusty Dragon too. So I got so much work, man. I need like 5 more hands. I need to be like have an octopus, have like 8 arms so I can get 8 things done at one time. I think I have 8 huge solid projects going right now. 8 of them at least. But oh well. I multitask. That's why I like to do that. I don't do the same thing twice. You know, I bounce around, do this, do that, do this, do that, go over there, do this. You know, I want to get bored. So I don't get bored easily, but because I stay busy. That's one way to not get bored, right? That's like the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. I'm bored. Well, when you get older, man, it's up my darn nose. A little dusty out here in the desert today. So I think it's about time to take some meds here. Chooch on some flour. Oh my goodness. Some of those boards, I don't know if you've seen some of those boards I was putting up today were wider than that. You know, they're about that wide. You know, big, thick. You know, so move those things around. Hey, give you a workout. Oh, get out of California, man. California's not a good place to be. Nowhere, you know, safe, but born in the valley, born in the San Fernando, born on the hill in the valley. Is that what's wrong with you? I was born on the hill in the valley. What are you, too short? Too short? Too short? I'm too short. Would you agree? Well, I'm living my life. Don't me. All right, man. I'm going to have to. It's time to chooch on what last hour, guys. Well, I get some flowers going in the garden. So ready here in another 4 weeks to take down, and then probably another month to get them cured. But that's we'll see how long it takes. Oh. I still got. Hey, I have some Keeper Kia, where'd that go? Keeper Kia. Yeah, oh no, man. I was raised in this, born in the concrete jungle. But I'm a country boy now. You can take a boy out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the boy. So, I know that first time I ever met me a country girl, she asked me to go out to the lake with her, and we slept in the back of a truck. And, well, the rest was history. And she took me up into the woods for a couple of days. Hung out next to a campfire. Never wanted to go back to the city ever again. But yeah, country's the life for me. She's gone country. Look at them. Never mind. Oh man, all those flowers are doing good. Those flowers are doing good. Kevin's like, man, those things are chunking out, get a little chunky. They're getting there. They're the way I did them. They're more grown like an indoor plant than an outdoor plant. So I've tricked them to think that they're an indoor plant. That's why I put them in those walls like that too. I'm tricking them. But they're gonna be nice. Those it's kind of hilarious. The two smallest plants, the ones that one was just spindly and two or three little just leaves on it. I mean, it was, and now the one's got the most. It's got the most medicine on it. So, but we're not giving any medical advice in here. Consult your doctor before you snakes up a pole or across. Dog hair me for Mr. Pants. Mr. Bone. Oh man, I needed that. These lungs are going to start getting crazy. About 9 o'clock. What time is it? About 7:30. About 8 o'clock. Nice. Yeah, get out of the cities. Get away from work. Stop paying the W-2 tax dollar. You're killing people in other countries with your taxes, and you're going to be an accessory in a murder after you get judged. So try to remember that. Every time you pay a W-2 tax dollar, you kill people in another country with that tax dollar. So go away from there. Get away from her. Come out of my people. There's other ways to do it. I grew up like that too. Can I do that? Nope. No, you don't. You can have everything you have in the city as far as luxury in the country, except for you just own it. You're your own boss. You're your own grower. Food. Medicinal herbs. Your medicinal herbs. If you're in an urban environment. Oh. I'm in an urban environment and it's partly cloudy. Oh. That's the way you want to do it. Become your own supply chain. Cut the supply chain off. Become the supply chain. It's empowering, man. I'm not saying I'm bragging, but look at all this stuff I have. I am my own power company. I have water stored for years. I have food. I could stay here by myself for the rest of my life. I bet you I could stay here and I could imagine that. Maybe I should do that. Wow, what a life that would be, huh? Just shut the door here and never talk to anybody again and just stay here. I could do that. You know what I'm saying? I could stay here. I could stay here with the 8 of you for probably 10 years, 15 years, Cool, good stuff, Michael. I did too. I did too. I joined the military. I started paying taxes. I had a job at 13, started paying taxes truly at 15 years old, and joined the military at 17. I paid my fair share of taxes too, man. I served this beast too. So I'm not saying good for you figuring out any way you can, man. Any way you can to come out of her. Side jobs, piecework, anything. Just get away from that shit. Become your own boss, man. You know, this world's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why people need to own all these things. What if you had a little cabin, nice? I don't know. How big a house do you think you need? See, that's what I wonder. This cabin is 40 foot by 8, and I'm going to extend it out this next spring and pop this back wall out and put a bigger roof and I'm just change the whole building. The whole building's getting a facelift come um, next spring, but definitely going to make sure that this space be open, but it's not. It's already enough space. I just want to extend it out a little bit. It'll change the whole appearance, and I have to rip the building apart anyway. So the cops, shot 5 tear gas canisters in here. So it's killing me being in this building. I think I probably have to go to the emergency room by staying in here for another couple of months. Like I said, Kevin notices it when he comes in here too. Every time I think I have it all out of here, it starts seeping out of the walls again because it's all tucked behind the boards and stuff. So you never really get it all out of here. It's a never-ending fight that I'm never going to win. So until I take the whole cabin completely back apart and rebuild it. So if I do that, then I'm going to extend the cabin back and push it back on this wall. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't need a lot of space. People need a big old house. I don't need a lot of house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, isn't that funny? Hey, listen, you can't eat out of trash, Michael, because you'll die. It's out of the food tone, so we got to throw it away. But people are surviving out of trash cans to stay alive. Hey, you can't eat this. This will kill you. But they throw it in the trash. This person's eating it to stay alive. I hate this world so much, man. We're so wasteful. We're so wasteful. No. But like the whole idea is, I don't know why people think they need all these extra things. Sometimes in life, when your life is the best, when you have the least, you appreciate what you have. When you have abundance like me, man, I can't even share what I have. I hate my life. I can't share what I have. I have 45 acres. Hey, they sold 20, but I had 65 acres, man. How much was one man need? It was different when I thought I was building, like whatever, this community never got built or never came. It wasn't that I didn't build the community, the people never came. So imagine building the whole community, and that'd be like, hey, that's what I am. I build a ghost city, guys. Hey, dude, I'm gonna do that for now. Hey, welcome to Ghost City. Welcome to Ghost Spirit City, Silver Rock Ranch. This is like the ghost city in China. They build these ghost cities and nobody ever occupies them. But no, I'm here. So, but I'll keep building. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. It'll all eventually, like I said, it's not mine. So it's the ministries. People come here, and if they don't come here, it's okay. At least it was there to serve the ministry, and that's what that's what I want to do with the rest of my life. Always, OCD, everyday Christ over everything, Christ over dollar sign. So it'll all work itself out in the end because I get to die again. So I'm happy for that. Look forward to that day. And until then, I got to struggle and make the best of whatever hand I'm given. Let the cards fall where they lie. So, tell I. Oh man, hope I can get this bike sold tomorrow. I'd like to be able to put that money away. That only make me need $3,500 instead of $5,000. That seems a whole lot more obtainable. That's just because normally I can come up with tens, $1,000, but I've just gone through so much in this last year. One of my worst years where I've had, you know, 40 pounds of silver taken from me. I've made over, gone $100,000 that I have into this case with my son in 16 months, at least 120, 130, plus not including the money, the gold and silver that was taken from me. Man, it's been and I did that half cocked with being hit in the face with a grenade and being stressed all the time under the pressure and everything. So Father's give me the abundance to still keep going, man. That's why I just feel like I don't owe, but it's the only thing right for me to do. Just keep serving the ministry, no matter what. Do it till I die. I've always had, this desire because Father created in me to do what it is that I'm doing here now. I'm doing it, and just I always thought my eyes to have people to share it with, but that's why I share it with you guys online. My only friends are online. Oh, the life I have. Oh, that's all right. I'm good with that. I don't have need a whole bunch of friends. I'm out here to be loved and. Oh my goodness. Well, some of those big boards were pretty heavy. I think some of those things. I don't know if you saw on the outside that some of those boards were 22, 20, almost 2 feet across. They're pretty big boards. I got them cut up though. I'm kind of staggering those boards up, trying giving a couple large ones. That's thinner one, a larger, medium. You're just doing kind of a stagger. It's turning out good. It's turning out good. Damn, my eyes are hurting today. It was all windy. It was dry. There's a lot of dust blowing in the air, so my eyes feel like they've been sandpapered to death. I feel like I've been scrubbed. My eyes got Scotch brighted or something. Huh. Well, we'll see what happens, guys. I'm excited for the end of this year because like I said, I don't really anticipate anything happening that Father doesn't want written. Doesn't want already prognosco. He already had foreknowledge of what was going to happen. So, but I think this is these next 3 months. I can't imagine what this world will look like in the next 3 months. Obviously we know it's not going to look like what it is today, but I think it's going to be a long way from where we're at right now. So, well, we already won in. Gosh, you guys are. Let me go let the dogs in here. Let the dogs in. Who let the dogs out? Woof. I'm getting up, guys. Hold on. Dad's moving a little bit slower, but I'm getting there. We got it. We got it. We got it. Dad's up. We got it. We got it. We got it. You boys were good today. You boys were the best puppies I ever did. Best I ever did was. You guys are the ones I did love. How about when they shut the internet off? Then they'll go, uh-oh, huh? That'll be that uh-oh moment. Shit, I should have done. Uh-oh. See? When the net goes down, all these people caught in the web got trapped in their trap house. Yep, their whorehouse. They whore themselves out to the beast. So that's what they get for fornicating with it. Father warned them. Oh man, she went to the store. Should have bought that bag of that cement at the Home Depot. Should have bought that duct tape to tape up my windows. Because the rapture, they had a whole bunch of people go up to the sky. And now they're coming back as powder clouds, people clouds. I said that to Kevin today. He's like, dude, that's nano people clouds. It's raining people on you. That'd be sick. I think I'd want to definitely get in my shelter then and lock the doors and tape everything up and say, okay, I never really wanted this, but heck with this. I ain't breathing people. I ain't eating people. Yeah, you are. So they'll double decker you like Taco Bell. They got the double decker back. They'll like to deck you. So like you punch the time clock and go to work, get worked over. Yeah, they are. They'll be like those last moments of sand that run through an hourglass that go real fast. Like sand up your ass, like sex on the beach. What's the worst part of sex on the beach? That it's getting sand in your crack. Oh man. Oh, I'm so ready to move forward, guys. Somewhere in time, place, and space. So these next couple months are going to be hellacious. But we'll see. Imagine that I'm going to go to jail on December 2nd. They're going to haul me off at the verdict. All right, rest, Mr. Werner. You're a bad man. You tried to help your son, and now you're going to jail. that's the way things go sometimes. In my book, in my life, I love you, Biggie. You're such a big guy. You're my best guy. You're my best guy. You are the best guy that ever been best. So, or there'll be some kind of closure on this case because they can't take it in. That's their court date. So, hopefully, I'll be able to get this civil lawsuit attorney, and they'll just drop the damn case, and it'll be done with it. I don't know what I'll do about my son, but oh well. Or my daughter, but oh well. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get there. No, I can't leave. I'm going there, but I can't leave. If I could leave, I'd go right now. I'd get my car, go, or I'd get the 4Runner, I'd go right now. I wouldn't stay in this country. Got more people locked up in America than all the other countries combined. You have a better chance of getting thrown in jail in this country than any other country in the world. They'll beat the fuck out of you and kill you because you got a goddamn taillight out in this country. Fuck this country. I hate this country. Oh, fuck, why do you guys stay here? You're crazy. Think I'm fucking nuts. You're crazy to stay here. All your W-2 tax dollars go to kill people in another country. There's a reason why as veterans like myself, we shoot ourselves in the fucking head because it's not what you see on TV. Not what you hear. Shock and awe. Ain't nobody. I know dad needs lovins. He's like, my dad needs loves. My dad needs loves. Dad needs loves. Dad needs lovins. Oh, dad needs lovins. Oh my goodness. You're such a big guy. He's a big dog. He's a 130-pound dog. I love you, Biggie. You're my best guy. I'm not going to let anybody hurt you. And I can't go to Ecuador because I don't want my dogs to get fucked up, Don. If I leave, I'm going to get a warrant for my arrest. I don't want to get separated from my dogs because my dogs can get hurt. So either on December 2nd, I'm going to get separated from my dogs and I'm going to go to jail, or I'm going to Ecuador. I'm starting in Mexico. I'm going to go freaking find me a little senorita, drink a margarita, and enjoy some Acapulco and maybe some of that sand in my crack, like I was telling you earlier about. So I don't care whatever Father has in for me. It's not my. I can't do it. Remember, all I can do is do my kingdom come. Wait for the Father to return with Shiloh till I can get any breath. I don't know if it's ever going to come till that time. You've seen in here, been a witness how hard I try to fucking do shit, and then it's all backfires in my face. So I love you, Biggie Biggie. I made the decision not to do what my son told me, and he always told me it's stupid that I have these dogs, but whatever. Oh, I love this big guy. So, appreciate it. If I get out here, I would. I really would be gone in a country minute, enjoying $2 tacos, $2 plates of carne asada. The fucking burrito, Don, just went up to $16.50. $16.50. $16.50. You hear that, Tango? $16.50. Holy smokes, dude. Dude, that's insane. For a burrito. What the fuck does this world come to when a burrito is $16.50? I get that same burrito in Ecuador for $2. Mexico for $2. That guy at the Home Depot, he had fuck ice on the side of his little surfboards. Whenever I talked to him, he told Kevin he went to the Chipotle and spent $17. He used to live on $17 all week in Mexico. A whole week in $17. So all this shit, Michael's over there robbing Peter to pay Paul. You, Don, can't fucking ever get $1 to come out here. You know, dude, what are we doing? And I have all this abundance. That's what's crazy. So I should have taken all this shit and left. You know, I'm responsible for Elijah's death and my daughter's death. If I'd have just taken the gold and silver, this probably would have never happened. So I'll have to live with that for the rest of my life too. More beating that Father gets me. So, but I'll still try to go. I'll still try to do what I need to do. And if I have to stay here, I have to stay here. I have to stay here to the second because I don't want my dogs to get messed up. So if I'm going to go to jail on the second, then I want to spend time with my animals. I want to be with them. They can put me in jail that long, a couple years or something. It's not like I have a criminal record. So it is what it is. Yep, he's a waymaker. It's called the Hados. Christ is the Hados. He's the narrow way. But it'll all work out when I die. I guarantee that. You'll take a dirt nap. So get some rest finally. But yeah, maybe I'll leave by the second. Can you imagine what this country is going to look like by December 2nd? You guys are, I don't know what you lolly gagging around here for. What you got up your sleeves or what you're choking on. What you poking on there? But I'm planning for hailstones the weight of a talon. You're planning to do what? What do you plan? Does anybody have a plan? Do you think that hailstones 129 pounds are going to happen in your lifetime? When Honga Tonga went off in 2022 and shot that 146 gigagrams of moisture into our upper atmosphere. You know anything about the laws of physics? Isaac Newton, Einstein, anything about relativity? Anything about free fall and matter? EMC, no. How about EMP? Oh boy, they're screwed. These people are so screwed. You guys, if you don't get into the core temperature of the Earth, you're not going to make it over the next 20, 30 years. We're going back into a solar minimum, whether you like it or not. The sun has been seeping out its energy for the last 30, 40 years. It's not like this is a new thing that I talk about. A lot of these things are quite old, but Find yourself a place to get away from hailstones. Find yourself a place to get away from chaos. Population density be the #1 killer. Prepare people or people to be thinking with their guts and not with their heads anymore. And to be motivated by empty mouths waiting at home or their own empty gut that's, never missed a meal in their life. They've shipped people in here for decades who've missed a bunch of meals to get here. I think they'll fend a lot better when lights go out than you. Little whitey ass, little cracker Americans. And I'm not talking about your skin color, your attitude. You're a white nigger. You're a black nigger, red nigger, brown nigger, and yellow nigger. All niggers are an attitude. It's not anything to do with the melanin or the color of a man or a woman's skin. So it's that entitlement. But you gotta be helping other people. Think that the world owes you. You gotta help other people. So, want to help yourself be the change in the mirror that you want to see. So, not ready to change anybody. But one day the lights will go out and you'll have what you have. You won't be able to do it anymore. You'll have that like Don was saying, moment, and the cards will fall where they lie. The dice, Father knows how they will land. I don't care if you weight him and try to cheat. He's inside you. He made you cheat. Them dogs getting in my face, getting air in my mouth. It was like having a girlfriend back in the 70s or something. Oh, never mind. That wasn't very nice. Sorry to apologize. I'm not sorry for anything if there was any ladies in here. No, they just shaved the whole thing like a baby, but I don't know what it is with them. But when you're strange, faces come out in the rain. Uh-oh. Underlay, mama, iya, uh-oh. That's what they're going to say. What's popping in me now? The sun, you idiot. You got to go outside. It's like a microwave. Do you think it's possible for the sun to turn this rock into a microwave? Maybe when the sun turns blue, everything will be microwave outside. Are you ready for that moment? Well, it talks about men having boils on their skin, and no, that won't happen in my lifetime. I've been blowing for 200 miles an hour for 2 weeks straight. How well do you think your building will fend with shit hit the side of your building at 200 miles an hour? Yeah, no. Your building with another building, yeah, no. Okay. Oh my goodness. How about when they do their fake rapture? Yeah. They drag a bunch of people in the upper atmosphere there, and they pop like a freaking, turn into fuzz and drop back in the atmosphere and come back, and it's raining people on you. Are you ready for that day? Are you ready for the day that the arc discharges reverse lightning's massive, that made such as the Grand Canyon? The Grand Canyon. Oh. What are we talking about here? Oh, yeah, something about right left brain frequencies aligned. Merit to it, but the course of theory is way off track. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not sure you're talking about. But okay, anyways. So definitely I would yeah, well they're replaying everything, that's right. They hated me, right? Before they hated you. So that's what he tells us. Absolutely, Michael. And so we're not to be loved by the world, or we'll be hated. If you're loved by the world, you'll be hated by my Father. So that's why some of us do what we do, because we're not motivated by what the world tells us, like that still voice in Noah's head that just made him keep going and didn't care what the whole world, not even a drop. Remember? Not one. 2 drops. And they called him crazy for decades. Decades. Imagine people calling you crazy. Yep. All of it. There you go. Your meat battery. So get it, guys. The stores are still open. You don't go to the store when the market's closed. Hey, I'm here to buy tomatoes. I'm here to buy some TP for your bunghole. Dude, we're closed. What the you talking about? Nah. No, people don't fix the roof until it starts raining. They wait till it's raining, then they're running around with buckets acting like an idiot. So failing to prepare is preparing to fail. All right. You want to see a failure? The only thing it takes for evil to flourish is for good men to stand around and do nothing. Nothing in evil. They'll stand. It's like somebody sitting there filming on their phone. Some women getting their ass kicked by a dude, and it's a dude filming it. You know what I'm saying? That's like there's some scum going on around this, like pond water to the bottom of the barrel. You know, people just don't have any. Their hearts are wax cold to humanity. They just don't care about people anymore. There's lovers of self, just like the scripture says, the great falling away from the word. So don't try to change anybody, brothers and sisters. Goats are goats and sheep are sheep. They're chosen already from the foundation of the world. Just show people that are in the broad way to the light 2 times and then leave them alone. Leave these people alone. There's nobody riding the fence right now. Somebody's riding the fence. That's lukewarm. Father says, I'll vomit you from my mouth. Remember? You mix leaven, sin with, well, sweet Jesus with some sin. And then you get that drunk and you fall asleep and you don't say anything. You're just like frontal lobotomized. Well, I'm spinning on a planet at 1,040 miles an hour. And that's why the water sticks to the ball. You know, start doing this nonsense like America that makes no sense. So get yourself and make your own supply chain. They're clipping the copper penny, right? So this might not be actually a better time to get some pennies, guys. Anytime you can get pennies now, get them, especially the copper ones. Those are the ones you're after because that will be very valuable here in the next year. 27 will be things you never want to even fathom, but 2026 will be the year of the penny, copper, and all these. Remember, he says the golden age, but you'll see what I'm saying. The iron will not cleave the watery clay. Just you'll see what I'm saying. So get here now, and you can cut a third off the price of copper right now. It's already 2 cents that it costs. So if you had 2 cents, you had $1 million. You have 2 million. You know, just it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot more than that. They need it for the future. It is an antimicrobial bacterial like copper doorknobs and copper, mugs and cups and bowls. And so it's going to be very valuable in the future if they want their robots. They need the nickel to make their robots not rust. That's what makes stainless is the nickel and stainless. They need their silver for the circuitry, and they need the gold to plate them. So you're afraid of them. So you're familiar, like C3PO and Terminator, all that stuff. And it's the golden age. So they're going to make their golden. Trump's got golden robots that are going to save you because he loves you like his gold card. So if you got his gold card, his gold robots will protect you. I'm not supposed to tell you that yet, but whatever. I like this stuff too soon. Sometimes like a tsunami, and you get your diamond lounge chair with your wife and your kids, and you go tell me I'm crazy in this, and it's just the tide pulling back. And I'm like, I know. So a ways we go. I'm out of here. Hope you're in a high place too. It's gonna be a fire this time, but this water's, this rock's a lot of places getting scrubbed off, even high places right now, right off this rock. Towns, cities just being wiped right off the map overnight. And everybody's like, there's nothing happening, and everything's normal, and the weather's great, and 70 and sunny, and we're always going to be in this. No, not back ready to go to the solar minimum. It only takes one EMP, one volcanism event to blot out the sun, and then there's no more moving about the cabin freely. You think this place is going to be the same if the sun gets blotted out by nuclear winter from a volcanism? That's not nefarious. That's a natural event, So Just be ready. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You're probably, if you're not doing it right now, you're one of those people riding the fence. Seriously. There's some people who talk about things and then people who don't. So, but if you can get a hold of these cycles, then it's just something like I'm telling you now. That copper penny is going to be worth a lot, and it's going to be tangible and dividable. Tangible, right? Dividable, a store of value, and it will. Just like this, it's not a precious metal, but it will become very precious, and that's going to be an age where people are going to start ripping apart couches and washing machines. It's called the scrapper age. There's ages that I can't tell you about. There's ages I don't want to talk about. There's things that are about to happen that you don't understand. That's okay. Like I said, I'm here. I'm about to go. I'm not going to be here forever, but not in this flesh. I'm forever. I never end. But in this flesh, I'm temporary. This life is just a flash in the pan, like gold and silver. But anyways, he tells us we're supposed to be refined. Just do what you need to do. And that's something that, again, ahead of time, it serves a purpose. You understand? It serves a purpose. I'm not trying to get you to get rich. This ain't something, it will serve purpose. It'd be barterable. Very barterable. See, I know it will be like they clip the penny, so no more, but you're going to be able to barter that penny. I'm telling you, you will. Watch, I know. It'll be super value. And you can get a lot of pennies right now. People are not paying attention. So even at today's market value, they haven't made the copper melt ban. They haven't lifted that, but it'd be like, a third of the copper price right now in pennies. If you just went to the thing, you get like $500 worth of pennies from your bank and roll pennies and go through the kids and have pick out all that. There's ways to pick out all the good ones too. Some pennies are worth thousands of dollars a penny. I'm not talking about that. If you find one of those, turn it into silver, turn it into beans and rice, turn it into a water filter, turn it into a solar panel, turn it into a wind turbine, turn it into something tangible, more. That's how I obtain the things that I do. Because I think just like that, everything I do, I work just like that. Started from the bottom, now we're here. So, but these are something I want you to get ahead of right now, because this is something we can all do. It's a little time consuming, but it was worth your time. I didn't think it is, but it is now. I can't do it. I can't look through pennies anymore. My eyes are hashed. They mess my eyes up. So, but they have ways to weight them, weight pennies, weight pennies. Okay, they got all these apps that you can use by weighting them. They're gonna just be, because they're not coming back, brothers and sisters. Those pennies they're gonna mint them again. Like Canada used to mint pennies too, but they don't mint pennies anymore. Just hear me out. This is something we can all get in on. And it's not that it is a little time consuming, but I'm telling you, it will be worth. Don't overdo it. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. But this is something we all can grab our hands on right now, because if you look, in silver is like $45 an ounce, and that ain't nothing. Silver's all-time high is $50, and it's going to moonshot right through that and make it look. Silver and gold are 1-to-1. They're valued 1-to-1. You've forgotten in history that they are the same value. Actually, silver is worth a lot more than gold. You just don't understand. You're too new and you're young and you're just thinking this world. Silver's been used for millennia, and it's how they've done this perpetual motion and anti-gravitics, perpetual polarity. Um, you know, uh, oh, it's you again. All right. Well, I hate doctors, snakes of a pole. Yeah, pharmakia, sorcery. Go stick around with somebody else. If I had my way, I'd have all of you shot. So, can outlast the Jews. I can outlast the Jews. Oh my gosh. Get this dickhead out of here for me, Don. This Nimrod here. So, um, copper will become the new, silver, and it'll become obtainable where silver and gold will not. I don't like doctors, so whatever. I don't care what you say. I hate doctors, so I've always said that. But don't trip out. Don't lose your mind. Don't be thin skinned. Be a Cro-Magnon man. They had a thicker skin than you and a bigger brain. Use it. So, this ain't personal. I smack every doctor. They slap every ass when they come into this world. Just, like it's slapped around. You can call me daddy if you want. head doctor. The patients are running the asylum. One flew over the cuckoo's nest. Cuckoo. The skies will roll back like a scroll. So, they haven't seen her in here tonight. She normally comes in, but these are obtainable. Like I said, this is a time where they'll start ripping apart couches, guys, washing machines, and things. People are going to figure out where these niches are at, where copper's at, and copper will become the new silver, so to speak. Silver will become unaffordable and then unobtainium, and gold is just be too out of your reach. So this is the golden age. The reason why Trump clipped the penny was not because you had any idea. It's because they're doing their 1945 ritual, but they do need nickel. And nickel is something you should try to get as much nickel as you possibly can. I think it's 11 cents it costs to make a nickel. Somebody look that up for me right now. There's some variance on that, but it's obviously they said they clipped a copper penny because it cost too much when it was clad. They weren't even making it copper. There's still nickel in a nickel penny. Nickel, it makes their robots not get, go underwater, be stainless, and not rust. They're robots. They need it for the robots. They need it for their tech future. The world's not going to end for a long time. It says sorrow. So stop planning for the end of the world. That's a stupid thing. Plan to live for 50 years. Shit, I haven't thought about that. Okay, hold on, man. I'm reminiscing. You guys, I've been doing preparedness my whole life. Father, thanks for man. I haven't thought this is like some nostalgia here for me because I've been doing this. I have 6 channels on YouTube, and a dozen years or more, just on this platform. People used to get on me 15 years ago, 20 years ago, because I've always been preparedness as a lifestyle. You don't do it because you're a panic. You do it so you have quality of life, so you can have security and knowing that if something happens, you have multiple plans. So I used to have people get, well, why would you want to be Armageddon and the bomb drops and come out of your bunker and be the last one? I'm like, dude, you ain't gonna try. Get away from me, dude. I don't want nobody around me like that. I want die-hard motherfuckers that, you got to kick their teeth out of their head. They're going to get back up, put them in, and you got to beat the heartbeat out of them, every last breath out of them. I want die-hard people around me. Not that we don't want to fight, remember, but you know what I'm saying? So I used to tell people, oh, yeah, I think the world's going to end tomorrow. That's why I'm trying to put away food for 50 fucking years from now, you dumb fucking idiot. Get away from me, Get away from me. Get away from me. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to prepare for shit. And if it never happens, then I got plenty of extra. And that's why I have so much now. It's because I have abundance. It's so hard to see people being kidnapped off the streets of this country for poor. And I have more than I could ever use in my lifetime. So get ready. Have extra oil. Have extra oil, not just the oil in your lamps. Have extra oil. Have them trim. Don't use it all up. Don't come out the gate too fast. You'll be a 2-pump chump. And yeah, it's not. I mean, it's just smart, man. They'd have told you 150 years ago. Oh, look at this idiot. They don't have nothing for a rainy day. This is it. This is a crazy person right here. What do you mean you don't have a pantry? What do you mean you don't wash your tinfoil? Well, what do you mean you drink out of the hose? So, kind of a lost generation, brothers and sisters, and they've lost their skill set. So something you used to do is you plan in the summer for the winter. I buy air conditioners in the winter months when people want to sell them for $10. Give them away $20. Nice air conditioners. I sell them all summer long for $150. I don't jack them up to 300, but they sell. And I buy wood stoves during the summer when people are like, drag this thing out, or I kick my foot on it 5 times. They don't want them. They sell for $250 to $350 in the winter months. I don't buy wood stoves in the winter months. They're $350. I buy them at $50 or $30 or $20, or come get them out of my, shed. I could load up so many wood stoves. I can make a business out of it. I could be the wood stove seller, if I just focused on one thing, but I do 50 things at all the time. I got 6 jobs. I don't get tired. I got 8 projects going right now, major projects. They're massive projects that I just have other people helping me with. I mean, at least a couple. Some I can do, but 2 people. Almost everything takes 2, 3 people. I still do it all by myself, so no excuses. Uh, you can do this, and you can do it right where you're at. Go find people like myself that are homesteading and don't want to do this grid. Say hell with you, man. I ain't paying your power bill. I ain't paying your taxes. That's what I want to stick it to you by being, passive non-compliance and not being violent. They hate when you grow and cows and raise organic cow milk and sell it. Now you're a domestic terrorist and you're on the watch list. Are you afraid? Go to church. I'm serious, bro. It's not Christ-like to live in a damn city. That's Babylon, man. All that job talk, that's just piss stack off. Oh. Forget. You say, get it straight. I ain't sweeping. I ain't mopping a motherfucking thing. You get that, boss? And all that real job talk, just piss stack off. But, that's a Haystack song. Stack back from Tennessee. Old crooked white boy from nowhere. Old with crooked teeth. Perhaps my imperfections, the reason people buck with me. 200 albums with no promotions. You needed me to rap it with more production. Oh, more devotion. Cruising from coast to coast, searching for dough blow, head down, eyes low. Conversing with the Holy Ghost. No, I don't know if you guys listen to Stack. Stack Mac. But anyways, get yourself ready right now, brothers and sisters. There's little things you can do like that. Water filters. Probably this thing I ain't giving you no investments. But I bet you this thing would be more valuable than anything you could buy right now. I bet you these things more valuable than gold and silver. I'm not giving you any economic advice. Yeah, you come here, Michael. You plan this is your ministry. It's not mine. I pay this off for the ministry. You're part of the ministry. You've been here for for a minute, and part of the ministry. You can come here and enjoy this place, no charge. Guys, this is probably more value than anything. Yeah, there we go. I get a little apologize. Do a little Stag Mag. Yeah, me too. I do them, but look, guys, these will be liquid. You think these be pretty liquid? I'll bet you these be pretty liquid, huh? Water filtration, single storable water filtration, more than probably some. Yeah, they will. You can't eat gold and silver. You can't eat bullets and band-aids. How much do you think? Hey, how much is this bag of rice right now? Average. How much is it? How much is this bag of rice, guys? How much is this bag? Boy, this thing, look, I wore off the writing on this bag of rice. How much is this bag of rice at your store right now? You get this at a food bank. If you went and got some right now, they have this at the food bank. They might give you a couple of them. How much is this bag of rice right now? Or our bag of beans? They're about the same. They're pretty close. How much is a bag of rice? How much is a bag of beans? Let's take a thing right now. If we're still here in like a month or two, let's see what happens. We'll take a survey citizen. How much is a bag of rice? Just this size. I'm not talking about a 50-pound bag. How much a bag like that of rice? I got food coming out my. So how much is a bag of rice? How much is a thing of beans? At your local Piggly Wiggly, or the Kroger, or the Walmart, or the Winco, or the Alpha Beta, or the Safeway. Be like our friend. $5. Oh. How much is this bag of rice in your town, in your city? Rice, rice, baby. Rice, rice, baby. Ding, 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 ding. Vanilla rice. Now stop, collaborate, and listen. Rice is back with my brand new invention. Something grabbed a hold of me tightly. Oh. Listen, I understand that, Michael. I'm not asking that, but how much is this? How much is a bag of rice in California? California. Bitch, if you can't fry rice, then get your bald head ass out tonight. Oh. All right, stop putting it right. $2 to $4. Okay, $3 to $4. So, okay, so we're seeing between $2 and $5. Okay, that's what I see in the averages. So, let's say that we'll just keep it at an average, man, because there's so much variance from state to state. Alabama's different than Florida, right? The prices are not the same in Florida as they are in Alabama. That's not that far away, but right. So, New York and it's a pretty expensive state where I live. It's not cheap where I live, that's for sure. But how much do you think a bag of this will be in 2026? How much do you think a bag of this rice will be in 2026? Vaughn's. Okay, with the Vaughn's. Nice. So, how much do you think this bag of rice will be at the end of the year, guys? Food has been going up a lot. If you notice, it's not coming down, guys. Food's not coming down. Like I said, all the availability of food has changed. You know, the supply chains, the way they've done all this, and there's been a lot of flooding. And I just think that these bags are going to be pretty valuable. Even a bag like this could bring a $20 bill, maybe even a $50 bill. And so that silver probably is going to be well over $50 an ounce by the end of the year. Probably going to be 100 or plus. And so these are going to be, you know, extremely valuable. So don't have any pride. Don't have any pride if you can, and you don't have a lot of money right now. Food banks are still giving these out right now. Go get in line and go get some at the food bank and put it away for your neighbor. Or maybe for yourself. Don't have pride. This is something that, you know, you can get your hands on. If you can't buy it, can't afford it, then you can go get it at places. And don't worry about all the other crap that they give you. Throw it away. Feed it to your chickens or something. I wouldn't feed that crap to chickens anyways, but, you know, that's getting changed. It's going to change real quick, Michael. I'm saying they're going to make it really hard to get food. It's going to get really hard to get your access to food. Ain't going to be no more Vons, no more Alpha Beta, no more Thrifties, no more, you know, Altadena, no more of that, you know, places to get food. No more going to the liquor store or no more doing none of that. So liquor is going to be another good barterable item. I don't have any, but it will be. But food will be the most valuable because when you're laying next to a big gold bar, do you care about eating that gold bar? You know, that silver. So I just really want you to use your head right now, use your time wisely, because there are things you can get and get your hands on and obtain right now. There's already food shortages right now. There is already, you know, your food is horrible. You know, things like this, you get your brain back to stop eating so much crap. Try to go back to things that are a little bit better for you. You're going to need to perform better here in the future days that are coming. It's not going to get easier. There's nothing going to get easier. We're in a cycle of the sun, and it's all, they know that. They know this. They know this. But we can be the people who help other people too. Don't you want to help other people? Peanut butter lasts a long time. Stay away from the sugary peanut butter, but peanut butter can last a long time. It's high protein. It's good for people who are diabetic or whatever. I'm not giving out any, but people use that because it's got a lot of sugar in it. modern day, if you do regular, be careful with your honey. Most honey is not honey. Most honey, you can test your honey, but most honey's got corn syrup and additives. So make sure you're getting real honey, and honey lasts forever. Honey never goes bad. Never goes bad. Ever goes bad. It's a superfood. It's like eggs, but eggs don't last. But it's a superfood. It will, even if it crystallizes, you can heat it back up and bring it back to its, if it goes back to a solid state, you can bring it into a, back to a liquid state. So honey is going to be super valuable. That's kind of like people are, diabetic. The other thing I want to tell you, if you have people, and a lot of people in our families, people are, or I don't have family, but some people do have family and friends. I don't have any of those, but they have family that are diabetic, and you can get access to Jace Medical, and they will give you access to your files where you get a doctor, so you can get extra insulin and extra, inhalers and things like that. The doctor will not give you extras, so if you have somebody, so you're not having to rely on some of these organic. Some people, it's going to be really hard to get to access to the organic. And I don't recommend doing any of this pharmakeia, but there are ways to, like right now, to put up these extra stores. So just think about that. And that's what I'm saying, brothers, sisters. You can still go get all your ladies, all your lady things. If you got a lady, she needs lady things. Those things make her life all the world of difference. When lady don't have her lady things, man, that boy, oh boy. So just the creature comfort, sometimes you might want to think about, luxury items are nice, but sometimes you don't need as much, and sometimes having just those little things that, make things even a little luxury, like wipes, guys. Another thing I want to tell you to buy right now is paper plates. Please go buy 1,000 paper plates, 5,000 paper plates, if you have the ability, because you don't want to use your water. You want to use your washer, or wash your butt and your lady's parts. If you're a lady, want her to have access with as much water she needs to wash her lady parts. She's a lady. Okay. So I live off grid. I understand. I'm a soldier. I live with work right side by side veterans that are women, and so just little things like that are quality. So you can keep your morale up. Get all the things you need. That's your favorite food. I don't care how junk. I don't care if it's radioactive M&Ms and it's freaking Mountain Dew flavored butt nuggets. Just get it now. And so you'll just be eating just a couple little bites of it later, become reminiscent, going, oh my God, I remember what, oh my, oh. And that's, you're like, yeah, I'm not thinking about this horrible things that are going on in this world for a minute. And I need the ability to have, some morale lifting. I've led, I could lead platoons. I could lead this country better than any. I don't think there's anybody who can run this country better than me right now, but that's okay. I don't want to be the president. I just want to go out in the middle of the woods, or go down to the jungle and hunt and grow food, farm, do what it is that I do. So definitely you can do things right now and get in front of a lot of these things. Like I'm telling you, there's nobody fighting you for toilet paper at the store right now. Don't buy it all out, or you're going to put yourself on a list. You're going to inconvenience everybody behind you. And do things methodically and don't miss a single thing, and you'll be surprised how much you can get done. Stop talking about it and go do it. There's people who say it, and there's people who send it. So, and they do twice as much, 3 or 4 backflips, or whatever floats your boat. I don't know what you're doing, but definitely make a plan to bug in. Have yourself a go bag. Guys, I'm trying to give back to you guys. You guys supported me and helped me get that drill, so I'm trying to give you as much preparedness as I can. I probably won't be on here too much longer, maybe another half an hour or so, and I better wrap it up. I have to get that motorcycle top notch cleaned up tomorrow. It's probably going to take me at least a couple hours, you know what I'm saying? And I need to come up with the funding to do the attorney so I can get done with this case. It's hard to believe it's been, almost 17 months now or whatever, and nothing's been done, but something will be done. So I paid the attorney. I give him another $5,000 and that's it. He ain't gonna ask me for any money. He said he only wants to go to trial for 1 day, which is crazy. I can't even believe it, but I know what he's doing. I'm not stupid. So I've been in law enforcement. I've been know my around the courtroom, obviously. So what a day that'll be. Oh, you can't get here soon enough, but I can't imagine what this world will look like in December. And that's not that far away. Things are happening at a staggering pace. And guys, I normally keep up with this stuff. I'm pretty good at keeping up with this stuff. It's something that I've done for uh, uh, so there's ways to get ahead of this though. It's like most people in America don't. If you ever heard of the term FOMO, it's an economic term. The fear of missing out. People aren't going to buy. When you start seeing, silver in your feet all the time, that's when silver is going to be $100, $200, an ounce, and you're not going to be able to afford it anymore. That's why I'm trying to get into copper. People aren't going to be able to afford gold because it's just too much. There are cycles of these things, the Fibonacci cycles. You have moving averages, 30-day, 60-day, 90-day. If you go back and cyclically look through time, these things aren't easy, aren't hard to spot, and hard to get in front of. But most people, they hide this. And so your average, gains in a market are made, 80% of the gains are made in the last 20% of the market up here. So people have to long hold, but then people, it goes way up off the top. And that's when that blows off. That gain is made up at the top. And then it crashes back down. So you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. You got to know when to get in and get out. And what are you getting? Why are you taking money and trying to do with that money? I'd rather have money's gold and silver, but, would you rather have a donkey because you need something to pull a plow, or maybe a tractor? You don't want a donkey and a plow, you want a tractor. There's things you'll be able to do with that, those precious metals now, and they're even afford, somebody can afford right now, precious metals, like, I think it's something like $50 or something on it right now on that mix. So silver really has hit $50 again. It's like the third, fourth time it's hit silver. It's going to take off. It's going to go through the roof, and you're not going to be able to get it. So there are things you can get ahead of. Like I said, this penny thing, it's going to probably be something right now that most people are not thinking about going and getting pennies, and they've already clipped the penny. It's already a thing. So there are ways if you get in front of the cycle. That's right. That's what it says. Sorrows, Michael. It says sorrows. It says not the end, but the beginning of sorrow. So that's like a woman in labor. That's what he tells us. He comes like a thief in the night. That's what he's saying. That's what he means in labor. It comes like in a woman in travail and in labor, and and laboring in pain and anguish, and bam, it just comes and then pulls back, and then wait a minute, it's all over. No, bam, it comes back on harder, right? So he's trying to tell you don't fall asleep. Guys, right now we are in one of those kind of a lulls, and I can feel it. I told it to Kevin today, and I know, man, they're about to crush us. You have not seen what they're getting to do next time they do this, and that is just the beginning of the next set of waves, just like Michael was saying. You know what I'm saying? That is what the scripture tells us. If you prepare for that, then you're not going to be, it's going to get great again and peace and all that. No, it's not. It will find a climax. There will be a crowning moment in a woman's labor. She does reach that moment where she gives birth, and there is a bit of relief, but that comes with a lot of pain for them afterwards and stuff too. But, it's not something like, it's over. No, it's not. If you think it's pulled back, this is our sets of waves until for those that have been in this, doing this thing for decades, I'm telling you, we're in a little bit of a lull right now. This whole Charlie Kirk thing, it's got everybody chasing their tail again and distracting people from Epstein, Trumpstein Island. And come on, this is the time where you can go down to the store. They're not shutting off, certain, items. They had everybody, going inside and flatten the curve and stand on the X. People fearing that if you sneezed in a store, people would not go down that aisle for, they told you if you pushed your buggy down the aisle, you wouldn't get the buggy. Again, blocking off essential items, non-essential items, right? curbside service. I go back to that. That ain't nothing compared to what they're going to do here, and probably before the end of the year. I think it's going to be a lot worse than COVID. Way worse. They didn't have military in 25 streets during COVID, did they? Trump said he's got to bring the military to your door, and he's going to do it this time. They brought the war to your door, brother, sister, whether you like it or not. They brought the war to this country. You're just not ready for it. That's why you're denying that it's happening. So put yourself in a position where you're more valuable alive than dead. I already told you can skill set such as go and be agrarian, be able to go in your local area. I don't care where it's at. People are going to die when there's food sitting all around them in the forest, food forest, in this out in the city, in this country and stuff. It's ridiculous how people become so independent of dependent on the system, dependent on the Starbucks, dependent on the grocery store, again, the Vons, the Piggly Wiggly, and not supplying their own food and their own chain, and now they've been tied and blocked, and as people know, they're gonna die. 3 generations ago, they could go out into the forest and feed themselves, both man and woman, agrarian, hunter-gatherer, and now they can't hunt themselves out of a paper bag. Now that bag's got to be lined with plastic, and it's got to have, food sprayed liner on it. And just the bag itself is toxic that you put your food. It rubs, plastic and all this, guys. We can check ourselves out of the system right now because this is what they're doing. So I don't want to overdo this with you guys, but again, if you get a hold of something just like right now, like copper pennies, those are going to be valuable because they're already weighted. And that's something everybody knows. I think a copper penny could be worth $20 someday in our lifetimes for a copper penny. One copper penny could be $20. You might want to see, I don't know. I'm not making that, but oh, no way. Okay, well, you say whatever. It's used in industry. It's used in circuitry. It's used to break. You can take a magnet and put it in a copper tube, and it slows the copper. It's used in a lot of other things that people don't really, like I said, it's antimicrobial, bacterial. It's very similar to silver, but doesn't have, obviously, the properties of silver. And but it is a metal that is extremely metal for war. They need it for war. Although they took the copper in 1945 and gave you steel, this time they clipped the copper, and now they're doing this. I'm telling you. Will somebody look up that for me? What does a nickel cost right now? Because I think a nickel is even better to put away than copper. And nickel is what makes stainless steel stainless. Will you look up right now on it and see what it says? What does it cost to make the U.S. nickel? And how much nickel, how valuable is it in nickel, in a nickel? I know there's more nickel than 5 cents. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what's it cost to make a nickel right now? What's the U.S. mint? What's that cost them in nickel? Somebody else cornered the nickel market too, bro. It's just that would have shot everything we've been done. That'd have killed the whole markets too. Glad that didn't happen. I wasn't ready for it. 13.78 cents. Look at that, guys. Almost $4. 14 cents to make a nickel. And they clipped the fucking copper penny because it cost too much when it was clad. You're not paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, sisters, we can get ahead of that. So nickel, see how valuable a nickel is right now? Holy shit, brothers, sisters, that's more than twice its value. So is the penny. So the nickels are even more to make than you see what I'm saying, than a nickel. There's more than, that's the nickel value. The nickel value is going to become very, very, I know it's more. It is now. It's things are getting out of control very fast. You know what I'm saying? It's fast, guys. It's happening. That's why the markets are going up in gold and silver. These are safe haven assets. Since the beginning of time, people rush to these things because they store value. Like I said, if you start stacking, did you know that if you divided up all the surface gold and silver on this rock, there's only enough metal for everybody to have 8 ounces of silver. This is not a whole ounce, but 8 apiece. Socialism. like Bernie Sanders, Donald Trump, take all the money, give it to Pfizer, Johnson Johnson, whatever. You got 3 bikes, and Michael doesn't have one, so Michael gets a bike, and Slap gets a bike because Pastor's got 3 bikes and you guys don't. That's called socialism. So if we divided all the surface silver, not what's in the ground, because that costs money, there's only enough for everybody to have 8 of these, 8 ounces each. Nice, I like bikes. Okay, cool. So do you make, brothers, sisters, there's not a very much silver on this. There's only a $900 billion market cap on silver. Nothing sounds like silver, huh? The ping test. I don't know if I'll be able to ping this one. This one's tiny. It's a little harder to ping than the little smaller ones. Oh, I think it's a ½ ounce. So only enough for everybody to have 8 ounces, and nobody even pays attention to silver. Well, they are now. It's starting to get everybody's attention at almost $50 an ounce. It was what? I was telling everybody to buy it. It was 13, 14 bucks an ounce, 15 bucks an ounce, 16 bucks an ounce. So, but just like I said, brothers, sisters, these are things we can get ahead of. Nobody's thinking about nickels right now. Nobody's thinking about pennies right now. Nobody's thinking about going to get TP for their bunghole right now. Nobody's thinking about getting extra batteries, extra, headlamps, extra, propane, extra, just all the little things that are available to you right now that are not, nobody's chasing you and fighting you for. It's risky having it. It really is, but I'd rather to have and not need and need not have, right? So that's just the way I am. So use this to your time, to your, like I said, advantage. Take advantage of these people that are just idiots. Hell, even if you don't buy anything but just toilet paper and they got something to wipe your ass with, that's better than a hand, or remember, you can use a lot of water if you, using a rag or something, old school, whatever. Mullen, corn cob. I don't know what you're wiping with back there, but in America, like I said, to me, she wipes. Father gave me the jungle, and so I like to be able to stay clean in the jungle, if you will. So, what do toilet paper and Star Trek have in common? What does toilet paper and Star Trek have in common? Nano, Shazbot. So what do toilet paper and Star Trek have in common? Since we're on the subject of toilet paper. What else the best toilet paper? Oh no, the toilet paper. If you wipe your butt, there's some stinging nettle, some nettle. There we go. That feel good. The old sparkly back there. So nobody knows what Star Trek and toilet paper have in common. Oh my goodness. What a day. What a day. What a day. Hold on, I'm going to take a BH, a Bravo Hotel. Charlie. Clueless. Okay, well, what toilet paper and Star Trek have in common is they both fly around Uranus looking for Klingons.
There you go. So now you know. Nanu, Shazbot, Spock, Mark for Mark, pay me up, Scotty. Whatever. Maybe you got your Darkwing fighter or whatever that Bubba Fett or I don't know, whatever. Raising out of your swamp there. All right, that's enough of that. We'll leave that alone. But get the extra things, guys. Like I said, the things that are convenient right now sometimes going to make a big difference for you to have. Maybe wet wipes are, to me, they're a deal. I love that wet wipes, man. I love those things. I just do. Thank you, Father. You know, little toothpicks. I love little toothpicks with little things I can pick my teeth. I don't like having anything in my teeth. I don't. I overdo it. I know. I don't care. I don't want my teeth to, you know, I just can't have anything in my teeth. So keep them brushed, keep them, that's, you know, they're only set you get. So, um, just little things go a long way. You know, like I said, there's, the Uranus. Yeah. So, yep. All right. It's time for a bong hit. Gosh, these eyes aren't working very well. Oh, yeah. Oh, Father, thank you for this day. Another horrible day, but another great day. Oh, the good and the bad. Oh, my, two. In two different directions. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Oh man, my body likes cannabis so much. Not like that. It sells my nerves, man. Oh. Thank you for good herbs. Good herbs, good flowers. Oh man, I never did puff on no keef. That's a little bit of keef. T for Kia. Self-autonomous driven. Oh. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for the macaroni and cheese, the D-Mac. What's going on, Mac? It's Mac tonight. Oh man, this Big Mac's in here. We got Michael and Mac. Wonder if this is a Reggie or Michael. We'll have to take your order at the register, huh? Oh my goodness. Oh, the thought of fast food makes me sick. Oh man, that's a gut bomb. All right, time to better puff on some. We got another two to this rest of this flower. That flower's looking pretty good in that garden, guys. And it's not very, there's not much on there, but I don't care. I just like what it did. It reminds me of when I grew indoors a lot, and I did be able to fool and trick the plant to grow outdoors. So it's not gonna be a bunch, but it'll be tasty. Whatever's there, it'll be good. I bet you if you send it out to a lab, it all tests pretty close to the same. Just trying to show Kevin how I do it, so there's no larvae, no. It's all pretty much the same. So heck yeah, just smaller and larger flowers. But they're doing good. It's cold. They're gonna get cold tonight. I don't have the roof on there, but I'll put the roof on there tomorrow. I have to have a big day tomorrow to get lots of stuff done. I gotta get a lot of stuff done tomorrow, guys. I gotta. Oh, hope I can sell that motorcycle. Please let me sell that motorcycle. Oh man, I need that money for the lawyer. Oh man, I'd only need $3,500. Gee, how much better that sounds than $5,000? And I have more than that, obviously, but into this, but oh, that sounds so much more attainable. I can do it. 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 I can do it.
I better cut this one off. Like I said, I want to come in here and give you guys thanks for doing the help with this drill, and I'm going to use it every day probably for the next couple months straight. So um, I appreciate it. That's a big valuable thing to me. Get things like that, hand tools too. Sometimes guys are super valuable. Like I have old drills and stuff like that too. Hand saws. Let's get some of that stuff just in case you can't charge your batteries. And here's another very great valuable. Uh, Hopefully, you guys can glean something from here. I want to give back to you guys, for all the support you show me and all the, like I said, ties add up over there. I know $2 here or $5 there or whatever, but to me, it does. It's allowed me to get this tool where I bought $70 worth of tools, and I got $250 worth of tools for $70 because I didn't go buy a brand new tool. Somebody gave me extras with it, so hopefully you glean some stuff from here today. And like I said, I'll try to hopefully tomorrow I'll get that motorcycle sold. I'll go sock that away and I won't spend it. And I need $3,500, man. That seems like it's so much closer. So for me, so once I knock this out too, I'll be good back to doing what I'm doing and pouring more money into the ministry because I don't really have any expenses. All my expenses go towards the ministry, so I don't have expenses. I push everything towards the ministry. You know what I'm saying? I have expenses, but not like that. So again, appreciate you guys putting a bunch of good comments in here. And I want to do a thank you stream, show some kind of appreciation. I don't want anybody to think that their hard-earned money didn't go and will not go to waste. I'll continue to use the money you gave me year after year after year. So I appreciate that very much. Having the right tool for the job is everything. It really makes a difference having the right tool for the job. Makes things go so much smoother. And yeah, that saved me today from being able. I drilled out those pieces of wood so I can not split the boards. Those old wood sometimes they split, so I need to drill that pilot hole. It won't do that, and it'll just snug right up and be strong as ever. But if I put a nail in it, it'll split it. So thank you guys, brothers, sisters. Appreciate this ministry. It's been such a blessing to me coming here and not get depressed and over what's going on in my life, which has been very difficult for me. But it's all in God's hands, and He's brought you here to me, and this is one of the biggest, bounties and blessings I've ever been given in my entire life. I don't know again how to thank you, so I wanted to come in here and kind of do an official thank you video. Said, hey, appreciate your support, and I know you guys will continue to be a part of this ministry, and so it never has to be monetary. Like I said, I don't even know I can't remember who gave what, but I don't keep lists like that. So you guys are appreciated either way. We're all part of this ministry. I'm just one dude who loves the word. So stay in the word. We'll come back here the next time, Father willingly, if this interweb stays up long enough, we'll catch ourselves here again. So thanks for the good comments and appreciate all your time, because time is so valuable in this time that we don't really get it back. So if you don't spend it wisely, then you kind of wasted it. So don't waste any if you can help it. And stay armored up in the word. He's the word. It's going to be your only protection in the coming days. So it's not going to be the end, but the beginning. So we got a long ways to go to the end. So you better hang on. Not like thousands of years or even hundreds of years, but I'm not picking dates. Not picking a day. So I just know what they're doing. So thanks for your subscription on the channel here. If you're not subscribed, appreciate, or the new ones that come by, one or two at a time. We don't pick up a lot, and that's okay. I'm not trying to be a big channel. So if you want to support the links in the description, there is there's links to support through the comment section. I really wish again you guys would leave comments on what you saw in the video. Just make comments so other people know what we're doing in here. it ain't about the clicks, it's just the eyes, so people can see it. Father knows he's doing it. So thank you for all the long time subscribers to this channel. We were able to see today the hard work of what your taxed hard-earned dollars go to here at this ministry. Something you blessed this ministry with, over a couple months. I was able to get it, to get that paid. You guys are now going to give something to the ministry that'll be able to build even this ministry bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'll watch you. You watch me. If you keep my back, I got yours. But you can literally watch me work. I'll show you the progress like I did on what I built today and how all these hand tools make a huge difference. So speaking of that, I know we're different in time zones and things like that. The best tools are the oldest tools. So I'm talking about like shovels, hoes, rakes. Go to these old estate auctions, and if you can find garage sales out in the country sometime where there's older people, be selling those old tools. I don't care if the handle's broken on it. It's that metal can't be made. Even in the future, somebody's gonna want that metal. I know what I'm talking about, brothers and sisters. Like knife builders and stuff, we're gonna want that type of metal. They'll give you anything for it because they don't make that type of metal. It's kind of like a Peter Wright anvil. They just don't make that quality metal anymore. So, yep, they will put it. The women will give the wings of an angel. That's his bride. She'll flee to the wilderness. She'll give him the safety. So, not the safety of the MAGA and all that. So, all right, guys, excellent stream. Thank you. I wanted to show some appreciation for your love and respect for the channel. And I know I'm kind of a crazy guy, but I bite off big things sometimes, and sometimes I have to take some look a little crazy when I'm leaping off of buildings and stuff. But Father catches me. he is my net. He is my, you know, I want to be at the wedding feast of the Lamb. So at the feast, you got to be in that. It would be a wedding, but to be in that wedding, you got to be in the cup, and there'll be a drinking. You know, there'll be anybody who is not in the cup. That's the cup of the saints. That's the disciples of Christ. Will be that blood. It's blood that's in that cup. It will be poured out on the nations who fornicate with this whole system. So put up your stores. You don't want to go in this new system that's coming. It's not going to be fun. This life as you know it is about to come to an end. So for all of us like that. And I don't mean death, but just the quiet times, the times I could sit here and come do this on the internet. So thank you, Father, for this wonderful ministry and all the people who make it what it is. Not me. I don't make the ministry. You make the ministry. We'll see you on the next live stream, brothers, sisters. Go out there and get the little things that you need. And I think it's time for you to come to this ministry. They say go to Israel. This is my little Israel, if you will. I'm a inwardly spiritual Jew out here wandering around in the desert in a temporary place to study, tabernacle, if you will. So thank you for your time. Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. Whoa.